I'm Jalen Moreno, and this song's called Lost in Space.
When you're falling from my head, when you're sleeping in my bed, don't you worry, darling, I'm here, always whispering in your ear. The air that you breathe, the lies you can see, and I hate myself every day, and I wish I could go away. Oh, lost in space. And when you're living in a dream, and even though it may not seem like I love you, like I say I do, baby, please just know I do anything for you. The air that you breathe, the lies you can see, and I hate myself every day, and I wish I could go away. Oh, lost in space. Lost in space. Lost in space.
That was Lost in Space.
Okay, but where they can find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Jedi Master Jalen. You can find me also at Jalen A Moreno. You can find me there on SoundCloud as well at Jalen A Moreno. Follow Joe Martin. Subscribe. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the next episode of the John Martin Show. Today I'm here with Jalen, so can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jalen Moreno from Jalen Moreno.
The band undetermined right now.
Yeah, the band's name's gonna change pretty soon, so it may not be Jalen Moreno anymore.
Dude, well, since we got here, I was telling you that I heard some gunshots over there. I'm like, oh shit, like, what's going on?
Dude, I'm being real with you. Like, it probably was gunshots, because that's just how, like...
Yeah, it's a rural area, so I mean,
Yeah.
get some dubs.
Dude, no, because there's a place over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, called the Placita, or that's just what we call it, you know? And it's kind of like the hood of where, you know, we're from. And, I kid you not, like, we pulled up there one time, and we were just like, dude, I guarantee you there's going to be, like, some gang activity. And we hear, like, gunshots, like, literally, like, 2 minutes after we say that, and we're like, what? And then, like after that, we were just like, damn, dude, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. And then, like, 6 cars roll up, like, because we were playing basketball, and they roll up, and it turns out it was just, like, some dudes wanting to play basketball, and I was like, okay,
you're good.
we're saving another day.
No, yeah, dude, like, all that stuff happens a lot in here because, now I'm not gonna name names, but, like, there's a certain podcast where, like, it was in a rough part of Harlingen. And so, like, when we were recording it, luckily, I mean, the computer went down, so, like, that part didn't get caught on the camera, but, like, you were ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. And I'm like, oh, shit. And the guys were like, no, don't worry, like, you'll hear that, you'll get used to it. And I'm like, oh. Okay.
You'll get used to it. That's not a good thing, dude.
No, yeah, like, anytime, like, I ever had, like, bad luck, it was always in Harlingen. I don't know what's wrong with that town, but, like, for some reason, like, I had that experience. There was another one when I had interviewed Pedal Sneak. And afterwards, I was driving through, like, the industrial side of Harlingen.
Yeah.
and there was this like either homeless guy or some guy walking by the street. Like he tried to like jump towards the car. Yeah, I have no idea what was going on.
Maybe he was trying to like insurance scam you or some shit.
Maybe because it was just like a bunch of like the old train tracks, and there's like a bunch of like containers and all that shit, and like I was just trying to like
Like you saw you stop and you
yeah. I'm like no, yeah, I don't know.
You see those videos like of like, those fucking people like they'll jump in the middle of the road hoping to get hit. So
Yeah.
they can
Those
get,
insurance scams, yeah,
dude.
Yeah, that happens and
It's
scary.
fucking crazy. Nah, I don't trust people in this fucking town, dude.
No, that would also actually that almost happened in Home Depot because one time it was raining and well, if you don't wear like shoes with grip or like any kind of boots, like if it's raining you're gonna slip. This person purposely would like try to like make him still slip, but like, if you put the sign, they can't do like a lawsuit.
Yeah, like
But like he was trying
there.
like call your managers. Like I almost slipped out here and it's very dangerous and this and that. I'm like, oh,
This fucking guy, dude. Nah, that's fucking like. If there's a sign there, it's like, dude, that's on your own
yeah,
accord. Like you fucked up, man.
yeah. But they just, you gotta make a buck here and there.
I mean, if you really have nothing else better to do.
Dude, yeah, like there was always like weird shit going on there because, what's it called? Once you start working in retail, you start learning that people's behavior is very different from what you expect. So like what I mean by that is like when I was there, I was a lot loader. Basically, I would like push the carts, push them inside. If you ever need like anything like loaded up in your truck, like say like some old person, you go help them. Like they call you on the walkie. It's like loading assistance at lumber. So you go over there. And one time there was this guy who he parked his truck under the canopy, which is like where they have all the cements.
Yeah.
And somehow people stole his generator. I have no idea how they pulled it off, but you would think, okay, you should steal stuff when there's not many people nearby. But no, the actual what you steal is when there's a lot of people there because then it looks like it's normal behavior.
Like you're just moving it.
Yeah, like you're just moving from one truck to another.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, like
That's smart as hell, though.
it's smart as hell, yeah.
Dude.
And even when it comes to like the inside the store, like you would think it's better to rob when there's not many people nearby because there's not many people nearby. But no, it's better when it's packed because then people are like looking around at different people and you're distracted.
Dude, I used to know this guy. Same shit like that. Like when everyone was looking and shit. Like
Yeah.
we were at this fucking Stripes like down the road, and this guy, we don't talk anymore, but he was like in the store, and we're both just like chilling, and I had like fucking like I don't know, like $20, and I was like, dude, just get whatever you want, I'll pay for you, I don't care. And he's like, nah, dude, I got you. And so we walk in the store, and then he grabs a bag of chips and he opens it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you're gonna pay for it, And then he goes, hey man, cause he had his backpack with him, and he was like, I'm gonna put my chips back in my backpack. And I was like,
Oh.
that's actually like, that's smart, but why? And he did it with like fucking 3 bags of chips.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I think they're gonna catch on. And he ended up walking out with all 3 bags of chips like secured.
Damn.
Dude, I can't do shit like that. I'm too fucking like,
Yeah.
I give it away.
I don't know how people can do that. Yeah, because I had friends, former friends who like they would do the same thing where one time we would just go to Walmart because I mean out here there's not much to do, so we would always hang out at fucking Walmart and Nelson. And some of these people like they would like hide like clothing like whatever they could put in their pockets. They just put in their pockets or they would like put in their hats and then like walk out the store. I'm like, I don't know how they can do that, but
I know people would like wear it out of the store.
yeah.
I knew a guy who like just like he put on a hoodie and he just walked out, and I was like, that easy or what?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it just depends on the store because, like, with Home Depot, what they would do is they would wait for you to get like a certain amount of money, like of stolen merchandise. That way, they can call the cops and they can actually like go after you. Because if it's like under a certain like threshold, it's like whatever. It's not that much. But once it's like power tools, then they'll really go after you.
Like $400 or $500 stuff. Yeah.
That's when they really
Bring the hammer down.
Yeah, like one of the funniest parts was this was like way back then when they would give us a lot of hours. Well,
Yeah.
I don't work there anymore, but it was 3 of us. It was me, some guy named Alexis, and I believe what's the other guy's name? I forgot. I'm not sure it was Ruben or Robert. We were walking around like pushing the carts in, and then we noticed like on one side of the store there was like a cop car there. Then we're looking around. There was another cop car on the other side, and then one next to the Denny's, one next to like Lynn's, because this is the Home Depot in West School. And we're like, something's going on because there's too many cops here. And well, we have to walkie so we can talk with each other. And eventually, these guys come out running through the middle of the store. They go towards Denny's, and the cops are all after them. And I got freaked out because she ran towards me. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, what if this guy has a gun or something? And he just, like, threw all that merchandise and just took off running. And we're like all laughing, like, oh, my God, did you see that?
Dude.
Dude, and after,
They're
like,
about to swat his ass, dude.
yeah, they spotted him. They tackled him over there at Denny's. Or was it IHOP? I forget which. I think it's Denny's. This is Denny's, like, right in front of Home Depot and Westlaco.
Dude, some crazy shit always happens at
There's
Denny's.
always crazy shit there.
Dude.
And people are always trying to steal just...
I don't know why fucking Home Depot, of all places.
It's because there's, like, a lot of expensive tools there.
Yeah, because you could just go back and sell it.
And what they were telling me is that there's actually organized crime here in the valley where there's, like, actual gangs that they go from the highway. So, like, you can go from Harlingen to Westlaco to, like, McAllen, Edinburgh, and they just go down the road and they just steal stuff. There are actual organized crime here.
Dude, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence about like, I guess organized crime. Like, I don't know if it's like, it's smart or if it's like, dude, when you get caught, everyone else is going to get caught. Like,
Yeah.
cause like there's a string, you know, it's kind of like if a string's like hanging off your shorts and you like pull it and then more, like everyone's going to get caught and you're just going to fucking like, it's all going to fall apart and you're going to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, all it takes is catching one of them. Like, okay, we'll give you a lesser sentence if you rat out the other guys. And
Or they scare the shit out of them.
yeah.
Yeah, like, and like they're like thieves, so it's like, what are they really gonna do to you?
Yeah. That's why, like, I actually like living out here because, like, there's not much stuff that goes on like that. Like,
Also, by the way, we're here at my house, in the country.
like even I live in Avila, which is also like a rural town. Like, it's just you're surrounded by crops.
Yeah,
nice.
dude. Almost all my life, I've lived in like the middle of nowhere. Whenever okay, so I grew up here, right?
Yeah.
Santa Rosa. I was born and raised, and then like 5th grade, I moved to San Antonio for like a couple years of my life, and like I lived in a house here, you know. But when I went to San Antonio for a while, we lived in an apartment, like maybe not that long, and then we moved to a ranch, cause my mom was dating some guy who like owned a ranch, and so it was like we live there now.
Oh damn.
And they got married, divorced, whatever, and fucking we moved to Arkansas, of all places.
You were over there too?
Dude, yeah.
How was that?
That was craziness. I don't know. Arkansas is just like, it happened, but I don't remember anything. All I remember is like I fell in love with Pink Floyd over there. Pink Floyd's are the GOAT. Pink Floyd's.
You were just listening to Pink Floyd when I was going to hear Money.
Yeah. No, yeah. When he was driving over here, I was holding a speaker in the air and I was playing Money.
Yeah.
Dude,
I heard that dun 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 dun. And you're like, oh shit.
dude. And then fucking like this shit reminds me of home. Like, I don't know, I guess being out in the wilderness and shit like that. It's just like home to me because like, I don't know, I've lived on a ranch. I lived in Arkansas. I lived in like an acre of land like in the middle of nowhere where like your neighbor is like a mile away.
Oh wow.
And so it's like kind of had no one to talk to. So it's like, that's why I enjoy being alone a lot. Like listening to just music and just like chilling outside. Like the interview was going to be inside, but I was like, nah, dude, it's too pretty outside not to take
Yeah,
advantage
the
of that.
sunset was really beautiful, and then the fields just. I always love like these areas. Like I know, like when it comes to the scene, like it's always like in cities, downtown, but like this is where like, I feel comfortable, like this open space.
Because you don't feel like when we had our Blam interview
Yeah.
at Chinamansa, it felt, nice that everything was kind of calm, but it was just kind of, it felt like there's too much going on in the background.
Yeah, there
Well,
was the cars and you.
The skinwalker?
Yeah, skinwalkers. Who knows what happened to them? But they're there.
They're still there, dude.
They're hanging out.
And then, but like here, like you can see everything that's going on around you, and it's nice, like it's just like, damn. Like the only thing that's gonna pop out of those bushes is like a rat.
Yeah.
Like,
Was there any animals at the ranch or no?
at the ranch, let me think.
The one in San Antonio.
No, it was a ranch, but there was no animals.
Oh damn! Because when I had gone there like a long time ago, this was like when my grandma was still alive. She had a friend who lived over. I think her name was Maxine. She was like half white, half Native American, and so like she had like a bunch of like this weird like stuff there. And at night she told me like, oh yeah, make sure you guys don't go walk out at night because you'll hear like coyotes and a bunch of other shit. And sure enough, when it was nighttime, we were in a guest house, and we had to walk from the main house to the other house, and it's just surrounded by fields, and you just hear like a bunch of howling. And I'm like, ooh. And then my dad was telling me like, oh, like that supposedly he saw like those, like guys, like when you see animal eyes, like there's like a light reflection. He said that he saw like 2 animals like walking around. I'm like, ooh.
Dude, I can't. Not at night.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Dude, and that's because like I have a big fear of spiders. Like I'm telling you, like I'm a little bitch.
White spiders.
I don't know. Like okay, I don't like things that move fast and they're tiny and they have a lot of legs. Specifically spiders.
Yeah.
But not like tiny, but more or less like if I saw a tarantula, it's because
Oh, fuck
very
those things.
dude,
Yeah.
they're unpredictable as fuck. Like when you look at a spider, you don't know which way it's gonna move. It has 8 legs, it can go anywhere, and most likely it's gonna go at you.
Yeah.
And then like another thing I heard is like they fucking shoot their hairs at you.
That part I didn't know.
No, yeah, like when they get scared, since they're really hairy, like they shoot little spines in their hairs, and it makes you itchy. I remember one time for a class project, we had to like look at animals and touch them, and I had to touch 3 of my worst fears:
Oh, what are they? Spiders?
a scorpion,
Scorpion. Oh.
a hissing cockroach.
Were they were alive or?
They were alive, dude. The scorpion because it had no venom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a scorpion, a hissing cockroach, which is fucking horrible. Like as soon as you touch it, I was like, what?
Oh.
I was like, that should not be making that
I
noise.
hate roaches.
Because, like, you see a roach, and now it's hissing. It's like, what the fuck? And then I had to hold a tarantula in my hand. Dude, that shit was fuck. Because I was like, the hissing cockroach and the scorpion were okay. I was like, I don't want to do this, but I have to. I kid you not, the tarantula, I was freaking out. Like, I was like, if you do not get that shit away from me, I'm going to kill it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm sorry. I fucking hate spiders. And then they're like, well, if you want to grade, you have to, like, touch it.
They
So-
actually forced you.
they forced me to do it, and I was like, "What the fuck, man? Like, I was literally shaking. I was holding the spider, and I was afraid I was gonna. And dude, it fucking looked me in the eyes, dude, because like it was facing like this direction, right?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah, it knows.
and like I was like trying to look away, and I looked back, and it was like you can see its little fangs.
Yeah, the little 8 eyes, like
Yeah, and then the little fangs, dude, they're moving, and I was like,
the ones that freak me out are the ones like, cause like I seen some spiders where like first they walk like this, like like that, they're like that, but then like they see you, they actually like go towards you, but they like walk on their 2 legs.
oh, I've never seen that, but now you just created a new fear.
No, I fucking hate that because that was like at our old house where it wasn't like a good place, but like the spiders usually walk like that, but this one like once it freaks out, it gets on its hind legs and just like runs towards you like that.
Dude, that's
I'm
fucking.
like, oh.
That's nasty. Nah, dude, cause fucking one time I had a story. You know those fucking foldable like lawn chairs?
Yeah.
Okay, we used to leave them outside, just fold them up, throw them somewhere like in a pile, and then like stack them up nice and neat, and then just fucking chill inside. And next time we went outside, we grab them, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone's grabbing their chair, they're all opening them, sitting down, and I'm like, let me get one. I go and I open it like that, and like where it's facing me, and like you see the seat, right? Mm-hmm. There's a fucking tarantula hiding in there. And I get the seat, I throw it so hard at the wall, and I'm like, dude, somebody has to deal with that because I'm not. Mm-hmm. And then you see the tarantula leave the chair, and we ended up killing it with fucking like rat poison.
Oh wow.
Dude, yeah, cause I was like, cause it was blocking the door, like the door's right here, right, and then like the tarantula's like right here, and like you try to move, like, and I was like, dude,
No.
it's like I don't know if you're trying to get away from me because you're scared, or you're trying to scare the fuck out of me right now.
Yeah. Nah, it's. They say there's something we say like those animals are more scared of you than you're scared of it, but I'm like, that thing can still bite you and.
It's like, okay, technically with a tarantula, nothing's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
Like logistically on paper, tarantulas should not be scary because they literally can't do shit.
Yeah.
But they look like fucking demons. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, why would they put that on this earth? It's like when God was making the earth, right? And he was like, man, I'm gonna make the most useless fucking the most useless, most terrifying fucking thing on this planet, and I'm gonna call it a spider.
Just put it there.
Dude, and that's because like I was trying to play Skyrim the other day, and the fucking spiders in that game are like the size of humans. So it's like, dude, I was on call with one of my friends, and I was like, look, dude, if I'm gonna quit this game if this spider, like, if I have to face a spider, dude. I already faced a huge one. I don't want to face anymore. I'm walking up this hill going like to go get my objective, right? And then fucking 2 of the fucking biggest fighters in the game, I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm getting off the game, dude.
So even with the games, they still freak you out.
Dude, yeah, no, I was fucking jumping, like, because I had to end up fighting him. But the first time, I made Angel.
Yeah.
I made Angel fucking fight them for me. Angel's the bassist from Blam.
Yeah.
But I made Angel fight them for me, and I was like, dude, I had to cover my eye. I was like, dude, I can't fucking look, dude. I have a bad fear of spiders. But other than that, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, for me, honestly, I don't think I'm afraid of animals. Like the only one like that really like the stuff that I do have a fear of is probably like heights. Like that stuff fucks me up because when we went to San Antonio, we went to like the giant tower they have in downtown.
Yeah.
And when you go to like the top, like just going up the elevator, like looking outside, like that stuff, like
It's glass.
it's glass. Yeah. And then once you get to like the very top, there's like an observatory where you can actually walk around. But that day was really windy, so like sometimes you can just feel, I'm not sure it was just like your feeling or like the actual building was like
Wobbling?
wobbling.
The Space Needle, right?
Huh?
The Space Needle?
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Because I remember I'd always wanted to go there, but we just never did.
Yeah. There's like so the elevator stuff is just glass, so you can see everything.
Is it true that like whenever you're going up the elevator, you can hear like a screeching sound?
I don't remember that honestly.
Because somebody was telling me like, oh, every time, because like I've been a few times and every time we went, like I've heard a bad screeching sound in the elevator.
No, I didn't hear bad screeching. It was pretty calm. It was just seeing outside, you slowly going up. Because I mean, you're used to buildings where you're inside, so like everything's like closed off, like there's metal around you. But these, like it's glass, so you're seeing the entire city.
I feel bad for the guy who has to clean the fucking windows, dude.
Oof. Yeah.
That's got to be like stomach dropping.
Yeah.
That
so,
or like the repair guys who had to fix the elevator.
yeah, or the ones that work here, those giant cell towers, when they gotta
Dude.
go all the way up.
I can't do that shit, dude, man. Or like the big fans, you know.
Oh yeah, the turbines for the
Yeah.
windmills. Yeah.
Dude, I can't do that shit. Fucking heights freak me out. Like just enough to where like if I go to a certain height, I'm like, yeah, this is my limit. Like I'm not gonna go any further.
Yeah. For that, and I guess the natural one is kind of like the dark. It doesn't bother me as much as before, but like it's just like your own mind can create scarier stuff than actually exists.
Dude, there's this fucking like I remember because I fucking hate watching scary shit before bed, because then you're like I'm a fucking beast, man. Like like nothing's gonna scare me. Fucking what the fuck is this scary compilation number 64? Come at me, bro. You know. And then you watch it, and you see something, you're like, oh, what the fuck, right? And you're like, okay, well, it's whatever. I'm gonna watch a bunch of funny videos. Cancel it out.
Cancel it out, yeah.
Cancel
Pen this.
Cancel it out, all right? And then you're laying in bed and you're like, I should not have fucking watched that.
Yeah.
And then like you just feel like a fucking like you feel like an asshole turning on the lights. You're just like, like this is you punishing yourself.
No, yeah, because I would do that too. Well, sometimes either by myself or with my friends, and like the way that my house is that the front door's like, okay, let's say we're sitting in the living room. The TV's like where the camera's at.
Okay.
The front door's over here, and over here's the long hallway between all the rooms. And so sometimes like I would watch scary stuff, and then in the corner of my eyes, like I would feel like something be like freaking out, even though like there's nothing. I'll get that feeling like some kind of shadow, just like. Man.
Dude, there's this one fucking, it's those like Japanese horror tapes
Oh yeah.
that freak me out. Like they'll be just like those are like the ones from like abandoned places in like Afghanistan.
Oh yeah.
Like after like the wars and shit, and like they'll be walking around and they'll be like saying like prayers in another language and shit, and like talking in English at the same time, and then you see like fucking shutters, you know, and then like the craziest shit you ever seen in your life happening, and it's actually scary because like you can tell the person in the video is like actually freaking out. There's this one, it was like a Japanese horror tape, and like they were just wandering around like an old house, and there was a door and it was locked, and you could see the guy trying to open it, and he looked around looking for a key for a while, and then he went back to the door and he's like, let me look through the keyhole, and he looked through the keyhole and there was an eye looking back.
Yeah.
Like he looked with the camera to see like, and there's an eye looking back, and he fucking ran.
Oof.
I can't, man.
Dude, like there was a book like that too. Like when I was in middle school, there's like a book about like horror stories from like here in the valley or like South Texas, and one of them was like that, like about duendes. That like if you look through the cracks of like some guy was looking through the cracks of a wall or whatever, that there's like another eye there, and supposedly it was like a duende or all that shit.
Have you heard of the lady?
The one that dances with the devil, or which one?
The one here in the fucking Santa Rosa.
Oh shit, no, I never heard of that one.
There's a story that if you take the back roads at night near the sugar mill, right?
Yeah.
That there's a chance that like a lady will like want to hitchhike, right? And if you don't pick her up, she'll fucking crawl on 4 legs and chase your car.
Oh shit!
dude, at night too, and you have to drive back, dude.
And I had to go through the fucking sugar cane area.
Just be careful, man. That's all I'm saying.
Just don't.
If you get it on footage, dude. Nah, but fucking, cause I remember I was super tired, super exhausted. My mind was going everywhere, and then like we're all like just it was like one night after a show, and we were like super tired. It was like 3 a.m, and super dark. Me and Angel, and fucking me and him were driving home, and Angel at night he likes to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like he just likes to fucking get on my nerves, and so he'll be like we'll be joking around 1 second, and then the next second he'll go to the most serious shit, monotone voice, and be like, "What would you do if you saw someone walking on the side of the road with a knife?" And I was like, "Dude, don't even fucking start right now. I'm so tired. Like my mind's gonna fucking freak out."
Yeah.
And then he told me about the fucking sugar mill thing, and I was like, the entire time I was like closing my eyes, hoping that shit didn't happen. And that's because fucking. Actually, I probably shouldn't talk about that. That's bad luck. Cause
just go for it. I mean, at this point, it's...
Nah, dude, I can't. Cause every time, cause I was about to say it, but then I realized like, Angels talked about it.
Yeah.
He's gotten bad luck. Something bad's happened to him. Dante.
Yeah.
Something bad's happened to him as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. But that was just something else completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Sometimes like I'm the same thing when it comes to like superstitious stuff that does freak me out.
Dude, yeah, cause like there's shit like okay, I'm not really like as superstitious as a lot of people, but there's some I believe, you know?
Yeah.
But like, fuck, dude, like there's some, like if you break a mirror,
Yeah.
like you're gonna get fucking bad luck, or like, okay, I believe in like fucking in like spirits and shit, you know?
Yeah. Same.
And like I remember one time, my brother, me, and my stepdad were fucking with a Ouija board.
That's stuff I don't fuck with.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
And we were just like chilling in the room. We were all like having fun. We were like, "What's your name?" And it was telling us, right? And we were like, "Dude, this is crazy." And we didn't say bye, right? And so we're chilling in the room. We're just watching TV, and we're like, "Dude, the Ouija board is crazy, right?" And then all of a sudden, the light like starts like flickering just ever so slightly, and then the door to the fucking closet just.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that night I slept in the living room by myself, like under a bunch of pillows, because I was like, I'm not getting caught by whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. No, that just freaks me out because like, I was gonna say this is like for a Halloween episode ever, but I'll talk about it. So basically, like throughout my life, like there's been like weird shit that's happened in my life, whatever. So like the very first one was I have some recollections, but not too much of it when I was like a little kid. And back then, my grandma, our usual routine was that go to church on Sundays. We would visit her friend Panchita, who lived like in an old house next to like the park in La Villa. It's like it got demolished already, but they were always talking. I remember seeing a guy that I would like talk with, whatever, and hang out with. And eventually, it caught their attention, and they would tell me like, "Hey, like who you're playing with?" And I would just tell them like, "I'm playing with the guy, with the man." And eventually, the third week or whatever, they brought me in and like told me like, "Is he like?" And they showed me like different pictures, and I saw a picture of the guy like that's him. And her friend started crying because, and I didn't even know about this, that her son had passed away, and she like would always like cry about him, like never basically let that spirit rest. And like after that, she like, it was just kind of weird for me because like I was a kid, like I thought I saw a person, but supposedly it was like a dead person, and I'm like, I don't know, it was kind of weird.
That's crazy.
And then some of it I can remember, but like I don't remember seeing a guy. But then they're telling me like, no, like you would tell us that. So, because I mean, I was a little kid, so like they would see that little kids have like some kind of like vision
Paranormal.
or like they're more innocent, so like you can talk with spirits and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so like after that, like she stopped crying, and she said that she wouldn't hear any more noises in her house because she would always hear like noises. And my grandma would tell her like, you need to let your son rest because like if you're always crying about him, thinking about him, like his spirit can't rest.
Yeah.
And when like after that, like it just like it stopped happening, and I never saw that person again.
That's fucking crazy. That
Yeah.
actually like it's crazy. So you've never seen him again? Damn.
And again, like that's part of it is my own recollection, and part of it is like what my grandma had told me. Because some of it I do remember, some of it I can't because I was a little kid, and this was like so many years ago. And The other one that kind of freaks me out, and again, this is where like I had like between myself, like I have like a battle between like the logical and like the spiritual, because before in high school I was like super religious, and but now I'm not as religious. And this was in middle school, I believe.
Yeah.
We used to go to Matamoros because my dad's family. Well, my parents are divorced now, but back then we were together.
Yeah.
His family would live in Matamoros, and again, it was like in a ranch area. It wasn't like city parts. I was playing the 64 with my cousins. We're playing Mario Karts, and I remember everything vividly because it still freaks me out now because anytime my step uncle would pass by, I remember getting like this kind of weird chill, and it's never happened before, especially in over there. Because I mean, first of all, they don't have aircon, so like getting these body chills was kind of weird for me. And eventually, my cousins left, and I stayed there playing the game because like I don't like being outside in Mexico. I mean, there's nothing to do; it's just ranch. And I started like praying because like, okay, you know what? If I'm feeling weird, let me just pray. And I started doing my prayers, and then later on, my step uncle came by, and he slept on the other side of the bed because it was in his room. And he told me, "Don't tell anybody." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what is the guy talking about?" And then he just started vomiting. And I quickly went to tell my parents because that same year, some lady got drunk, and I think when you get drunk, like if you don't let go of your vomit, you can actually like suffocate yourself. So they quickly went to help him out, and they pushed him to his side, got all the vomit out and everything. And then after that, like I got outside because they told me like, hey, like this is I was a kid, like they don't want me to get traumatized. And after that, like I was looking through the window a little bit because I could kind of see him, and he just got up and like he started like slamming, he started running towards like the edge of the room, and he was like just slamming his arms like that, and he almost hit like his sister or half sister, can't remember. Like that guy, their family's kind of weird. This is like a lot of half family, and throughout the night, like he started like acting like really weird because I wasn't sure if it was drugs or like something like possessed him, whatever. Because there's always like those two things where I try to be logical, but also like, hey, you never know. There's freaky shit in this world, and he would keep saying that there's people, they're waiting out there for him. And the thing is, there was in a rancho, like there's nobody in there. There's only like a canal or like a lake, but there was nobody outside. Like, me están esperando afuera. Déjame. And they're like, no, like we're not letting you go outside. And he would scratch his arm right here, and the thing is, they took off his shirt and he had like a tattoo of the Santa Muerte. Well, I don't say Santa Muerte, but the Muerte, death basically. Like me duele, me está quemando, and he was sort of like scratching himself, and he was acting like very like erratic. And I think the only thing I knew about him is that one, his girlfriend was in the cult, and so was he because he had like a black horn like necklace, and he would start like yelling stuff like that he's a devil. I'm not sure if that was like the exact translation or he's a demon or I don't know what. And it's going throughout the night from 6 p.m. when the cookout was starting. It lasted till like 12 at night. And throughout the process, my parents were like, they were already like praying for him, and he would just laugh because my family's like that family was not religious, so like they didn't have any like crosses or holy water or anything like that. And he was just like, "What are you guys gonna do about it?" And he just started laughing and laughing. And my mom and my dad would keep praying because they were more religious. And he would also like, they were trying to restrain him, but like he would also like start scratching the walls like a cat. Yeah, like because the way that room was, like it was a small room, it wasn't that big. So where I would be, it would be the one bed, which is he was at here. There was another bed over there, and then the TV was over here. And he would be on this phone, and there's like a window right here where I could kind of see what's going on. And he would just start clawing the walls and saying like weird ass shit. Because again, my Spanish is not good, but like he was acting very weird. And it wasn't until I remembered that there was like a painting of the Virgin Mary, well, Our Lady de Guadalupe in the other room. So I went to get it, and he was like, "No, quita esa pinche mujerada de aquí." And like he started going really crazy, and I'm like, either this guy's like on some kind of weird ass drugs, or like he's possessed. And this continued on for a while, and supposedly when he covered himself in a blanket, this part I'm not sure how true it is because I didn't see my tía saying that supposedly she saw like the shape of horns around him. I'm not sure how true that was or not. I mean, that's what they saw. That's what I'm hearing. I'm passing that part on. I can only talk about like the stuff I saw. And they got that blanket, they burned it, and later on he would just start yelling weird stuff about like demons and all that stuff. So I mean, he probably knew some stuff because he was in the cult. And later on, my mom also started acting kind of weird where she knew stuff that she shouldn't have known because we never visit over there that often. And so she was saying whatever's in that room. She pointed because where we were at the bed, whatever. There's another room over there. She's like, whatever. She pointed at a specific direction. She's like, whatever's over there, burn it. And when we went over there, well, my dad and his stepfather, they went over there. They were like, they saw like a pile of clothes. They found like pornography. They found like some kind of weird pamphlets or whatever. I don't know what it was for like weird rituals. And then like they also found like that horn necklace that someone was either him or his girlfriend were like involved in the cult. So like they found all that stuff and they just burned it. And I think like once it hit midnight, like things started like calming down. Like he stopped acting like himself. Like he started acting more like himself after like he calmed down. And I couldn't sleep that entire night because I'm like, all that shit that happened. Like this is not like all the details because I'm just trying to remember what happened. Because again, this is when I was in middle school. But like there was so much freaky shit that happened that night, and I'm like, even now I'm like, okay, was he on drugs or was it some kind of like spiritual stuff where he got possessed? I guess that would be like the term. And I'm like, there was always weird shit in my family the whole time. So like, I don't really talk about this stuff just because like people are like, oh, you're crazy.
Nah, dude, because it's like this is real shit. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. To me, like, dude, there's been a bunch of crazy shit that's happened in my life, and it's like, there's sometimes where like there's no way at all to explain it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, like if you always believe in the logistical side of things, you're never ever gonna enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Because you're always gonna be unhappy, and you're always gonna, if you have nothing to believe in, then you have no reason to live. That's the way I see it.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, because when it comes to life, like if you're just this person who like, oh, everything's logical, like no, like sometimes stuff just happens and it could be a coincidence, and it's more about your mentality. Like, how do you see this? Like, do you see this as a coincidence? Do you see this as a miracle, as a blessing? How do you see it? And I agree with that.
Yeah.
And so like after that happened, I'm like I didn't fuck around with Ouija boards, any like weird like stuff talking with the dead. I'm like, no, I am not doing this.
Dude, yeah, no, I fucking learned my lesson.
Yeah, no, that stuff is.
There's I've had an uncle that passed away like in 2020.
Yeah.
And he was a really cool dude, and like it really hurt when he passed away, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all like super upset. And this is when I lived in San Antonio, and so his name was Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's it called? We went from that day, like as soon as we heard the news, San Antonio all the way here to Santa Rosa, and we made it in by like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I forgot what time, but we're here. Everyone's like tired. Everyone's so sad. Everyone's, you know, it's a horrible mood.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the day, like we just heard the news and everything, and like my sister's always been on some weird shit.
Yeah.
I love her to death, but she's
what do you mean by weird shit?
Like, I don't know. My sister's always been like kind of, I see something, or like I hear something, and like at a time in her life she was super into like crystals and like spiritual, and I like, of course I have no problem with that, but it's like other stuff that she does, like she tries to, what's the word, like she tries to like talk to the dead and stuff, and using pendulums and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea, you know? No. Not after the Ouija board incident. But so we were at, you know, my old house, and my tia's old house, and we were there, and we were all crying. We were like, okay, let's go to bed because tomorrow we have to wake up. Mm-hmm. We have to start, you know, getting ready for the funeral, and just kind of get everything in order. And so we all went to bed. We were all laying down in the middle of the night, like, I mean, 5 in the morning. Yeah. Everyone, dead of night, not even a peep. My sister's crying, like pitch black in the room. It was me and I was sleeping on the floor. My cousin was sleeping on the bed, and then my sister was sleeping on the couch. We were all in the same room. Mm-hmm. And just hear crying, sobbing, full on sobbing. And she's talking to herself. She's like, stop, like, go away, go away. Mm-hmm. I'm like, and I woke up, I was like, Beyonce, who you talking? Because my sister's name is Beyonce. Yeah. I'm like, who are you talking to? And she's like, it's Theo Joe, he's in the corner. I was like, what? Oh shit. And I'm looking, I don't see anything, and she's like, he's looking at me, he's pointing at me, and I'm like, Beyonce, stop, you're scaring the hell out of me. And Angel, being like as tired as he was and just like over it, like just everyone kind of like, because Angel, he experiences emotions a little differently, and so he's like, Beyonce, shut the hell up, go to sleep. Yeah. Like everyone, he's just like pissed off, you know? And so we're all just there. The next day, I asked her, like, was everything okay last night? Like, what happened? She's like, what do you mean? And I asked her, like, you were crying. You were saying you saw Theo Joe. She's like, when did this happen? She didn't remember a thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, you were talking to me. You were telling me. She's like, I don't remember. I was like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I feel fine. But I think the reason why I feel like maybe she did see him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, of course, we were all sad. This is something that was on our minds. And I feel like maybe, like, she was experiencing it the worst. And so, like, it was fucking, like, he went to her to tell her, like,
Hey, yeah.
I'm still here, you know? But, like in a loving way. I don't know. But it was craziness, you know? Like, because after that, I think I had an experience. I was, but, like, in a dream. And it's weird because, like, my mom says she's had dreams too, like, spiritual. Like, she said that one time, this is a quick one, like, she said that one time in a dream that, like, she was sleeping, heavy sleep, you know, she was tired, long day at work.
Yeah.
And that in her dream, an angel was, like, pushing her, like, hey, wake up, like, wake up, right? Next thing you know, she gets up, and there's a fire in the living room. Like, just starting right now. She gets everyone out of the house, and they call the fire department. They put it out before anything bad happens. But to think that, like, if she didn't wake up, I wasn't born at this time. I was still, like, you know, not even created yet.
Yeah.
So, like, to think that if
She didn't wake up, yeah.
I wouldn't even be here right now. You know, that's crazy. But, like, she said, like, I swear on everything I love, on everything in this life, on everything I own, like, I like an angel woke me up that night. And, like, for me, that's real. But there's this night I was like, I don't know, I just been thinking about my uncle, and I was like, man, I really miss him. And I was thinking about like, man, what if I lose my mom too and shit like that, you know? Like,
Yeah, you go through those thoughts.
yeah. And then that night I went to sleep, and in my dream, I remember it so vividly because it's like the one dream I remember. It was, we were all on the beach playing fucking volleyball for some reason.
Yeah.
And then like, I went back to the house like for a second. Like, I went in for a second, I came back out, and everyone's wearing black, there's seats, there's everything, and there's a casket, and I'm like, and I look in the casket, my mom's in there.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, what? And then I go back into the house, and when I'm in the house, everyone comes in, they're like, we're going to the casino. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, well, in the dream I wasn't like, what? I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I woke up, like, I tried to analyze it and I didn't get it. But I looked it up. If you see someone in a casket in your dream, they're gonna have really good luck
Oh wow.
sometime in their life. Don't know when, but they are.
They're gonna get a good look.
So I don't know how that makes any sense, but it.
Yeah, that's always what I was trying to understand. Like, we have weird dreams, and sometimes, like, there's different like ideas, like whether it be like psychological or like whether you can like talk with other people, like, because like when it is real scientifically, at least, like there's other dimensions that exist.
Yeah.
So people like often talk like, okay, is these spiritual worlds like heaven? Like, is it like the sky? Is it space? Is it like another dimension? Is it like there's different beliefs on what all these worlds are, and some people think like when you're dreaming, like you can open other portals or like other frequencies, and you can like actually travel to other places.
Like mentally.
Yeah.
Like we're capable of being there.
Yeah.
Like, but
That's what like people do to drugs, like the like mushrooms and a bunch of other stuff.
because like that's kind of like the way this is how I see it. Like I've thought that exact same thing. Like we're able to access shit like other dimensions and these weird dreams. And the fact that we remember them is also very like, I've always heard if you remember a dream, it's significant, you know.
Yeah.
So like I feel like the dreams I do remember have always had an effect. Like, because after that dream about my mom in the casket, my mom had like some seriously good luck. I forgot what happened, but like I remember her being super happy and her being super like just so like well off, and I was like, dang,
Yeah.
like I wasn't expecting that. And so basically, like I've always thought, like, you know, maybe ours are like foresights into the future, just in like encrypted messages, and your brain is the one that has to undo it.
Yeah.
And so like I'm thinking the reason why people do drugs is to get to that state,
Yeah.
to where they feel like they're Like the reason why people do mushrooms and like shit like that is so that way they can get to that state while still in the mental mindset where they're awake, but they're taking shit that makes them feel like they're asleep.
Yeah.
So like you're in that dimension, but you're awake mentally. And I'm like, damn, like I guess that's the way you can look at it, but I'd rather not. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because like when it comes to like DMT, or I think it's that drug where people have done it and they have all had like similar regulations where they all see what's called the clockwork elves.
Yeah.
That they all like everybody who's ever done that drug, that they all see that's those same elves, and I'm like, that stuff's interesting. And
like it's like because it's like so many people done it. So many people have different brains configured in different ways, and different memories. How they all remember the same thing, you know? Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why like, I'm like, damn, I gotta try this stuff sometime. Cause like anybody who knows me, like I don't drink, I don't do drugs, but like once I hear like stuff that could like supposedly like change your consciousness, I'm like, I want to try that.
Dude, like honestly, I'm a guy who loves fucking like learning. Like like I always want to learn something new, and like shit like this like piques my interest to the peak. Like I know random facts just because fucking I love like I love learning. You know?
Yeah, I just love learning for the sake of learning. Yeah.
Do you want to go chill on that light?
Huh? Sure, go for it if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want it to get too dark on us.
Yeah.
Here, you want to hold this for me?
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. When you're talking about like a lot of time like from the house, but no, it's actually over here.
Yeah.
Badass.
So back what I was saying, like, I think the one thing that piques my interest, or the two things, are sea and space.
Sea and space, yeah.
Because they're both like equally as unexplored as the other. Like when I look at the sea, it's like there's a chance that we could find shit that we haven't found in like centuries, but we can't because of all the water.
Yeah.
And all the creatures
and the pressure and all stuff, yeah.
All the creatures that lurk beneath the pressure, like it's just impossible to get to those. Like there could be cities down there, there could be statues, history down there, but we don't know. Like, and like with space, we could find new shit, okay. Like people say, like there's aliens in the universe. There's other beings.
Yeah, and it's been really discussed lately because of much of like the UFO stuff.
Yeah.
Where some guy in the military was talking to Congress or whatever, saying that the military actually does have like UFOs somewhere hidden here in their secret places and all that stuff, that there's organizations within the government or within the military that not even like regular congressmen and senators know about, and that he's trying to expose that, but like the military doesn't want him to do that. And
I feel like there's a reason, because like if it was just as simple as there's a UFO in the sky and there's aliens and they exist, they would tell us.
I don't think so.
No, I think they would, but I feel like they're using it to their advantage though, like us not knowing.
I think people would panic because everything would be questioned in life, everything from religion to society. Like, okay, aliens are for sure real. What does that mean for our lives? Like, and I think some people would go absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and like I know me for a fact, I wouldn't go crazy. I'd just be like, "That's cool." Like, like seeing an alien walking down the street or something like.
Like, let's say for real, like they say, like aliens are real. It's confirmed. Then we actually start seeing them. I think people would panic because the question is, are they trying to help us or invade us? Because anytime there's like new visitors to a country or a place, it's always, are we trying to conquer them or trying to help them?
Yeah, like it's always a constant like friend or enemy. If you're not with me, you're against me.
Yeah.
And with aliens, it's even more tough because like completely different atmosphere, completely different mindset. They don't even speak the same dialect.
Yeah,
like,
same language, anything.
Like they're not even on our own like wavelength, you know? So it's gonna be a lot harder to communicate and say that we're friendly and that we mean no harm and that we just want to be as helpful as possible. Yeah. And just become allies. But because we don't even know how to start.
And the other thing is that like the world is not united because every government's gonna have their own interest, every people's gonna have their own interest. So we have no idea like how everybody else is gonna react.
And even at that, it's like the world as we know it, no matter where you go, is pretty hostile. Yeah. Like they see something flying in the sky, they're not. Their first reaction is not, "Hey, look, there's something in the sky." It's let's shoot it down. Yeah. You know. So it's like we're doing it for our own defense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like if there are aliens, they're probably thinking like, "What the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm.
You just blew down fucking 18 of my spaceships."
Yeah, because the question always becomes, okay, there's UFOs. Does that mean there's aliens, or could it be another corporation or country trying to stalk the U.S.? Because like anytime they see these UFOs, it's always nearby like military bases and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like either it's another country, or is it like some kind of like foreign?
I feel like the reason why they're keeping it a secret is one because of what you said. Like people
Yeah.
would freak out, you know, but also because they want to harness that technology
Yeah, that would be the thing.
to claim it as their own.
Yeah, because
like-
we wouldn't want China or Russia like having that technology either.
Dude, because if we had fucking like UFO technology, we'd be able to make it to the outer rims of the galaxy, you know, in like a matter of an instant, you know. So it's like we'd be able to have so much technology if we take their shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we need like I feel like someone's trying to learn how to use it.
Yeah,
And another thought that's always been through my mind, like it's always kind of lingered.
that's what what's his name said. There's a guy with the UFOs, Bob Labzar.
Yeah,
That he's talking about that, like, where they're trying to learn how to like harness that idiot technology, but they haven't figured it out.
yeah, because that's gonna take a while.
Yeah,
Because they've been like I've heard about UFOs dating back all the way like fucking 18, like all the way from fucking Leonardo da Vinci fucking.
yeah. That's like
painting.
DiCaprio.
Dude, I was about to say that. I was like,
Yeah.
no, wrong one. Nah, like in the paintings, whenever he'd paint like
Yeah.
like a floating object and nobody knew what it was. But another thing I think is like you've heard like the Flatwoods Monster and like Bigfoot and like Chupacabra, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is always been my thought process. What if these are just like escaped aliens? Like the reason why people have seen them but they hide is because they're scared,
Yeah.
and the reason why they're so mythical and unseen is because they're aliens. Like, and that's why they look like the way they do.
Yeah.
That's why it's humanly impossible. Like, oh, it's impossible that he looks like me. He's Bigfoot. Maybe because he's an alien. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, because of that, or like, it could just be like how you talked about like the oceans, where it could be like animals that we haven't like discovered, or they could be like older
Yeah.
primitive animals.
Like, cause there's still so much of this earth. Like there's islands that we can't even go on
Or
because
the islands in the forest. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like we can't go on because they're like infested with a bunch of shit. But I'm pretty sure there's shit there. You know, like history. Like one thing that's genuinely like had me bamboozled is like, I guess, like the pyramids. Like that's all
pyramids.
for everyone though.
Yeah,
'Cause-
they're everywhere.
Yeah,
Every culture has their own pyramids.
I feel like that's the symbol of like alien life, I guess. When I think of Egypt, I think of aliens, I'm being honest with you. And when I think of like any type of like civilization that just grew too fast, I think of aliens.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, it's like, is that Chupacabra? What?
Nah, that's thinking of freaking aliens. Like, you seen the movie Signs or no?
Which movie?
Signs, the one with Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix.
I feel like I have.
It's like
No-
where they're like there's aliens like taking over the world, and they're like in the farmhouse.
Oh yeah, and they have to hold their ground.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
This is the fields, everything
Dude.
perfect.
Dude, we're just gonna see they're gonna see a beam in the video.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna get abducted. It's gonna be like a 5-hour long video. We're gonna come back, and we're just gonna be like, "Thank you for
Yeah.
watching the Joe Martin podcast,
Start acting different. Yeah.
dude." But like, I guess it's more or less like, what do aliens want with us? Why do they observe us? It's kind of like maybe the reason why we observe them, or like why we
Yeah.
observe other animals.
Because again, even with that, like there's different processes where some people think like, okay, maybe we think we're too higher or something. Like, what if they see us like how we see ants? Where we see ants, we observe them, but like we don't really care about ants. We just walk by.
Like they're just ants.
They're just ants,
Like
like-
we'll fucking
Like if they didn't see the ants, like, oh, okay,
like
they're
just
just.
fucking stomp on them and whatever, because they're just
or you just don't even pay attention. Like once in a while, you look at ants, but then you're like, yeah, whatever.
or like you'll just walk over them,
Yeah.
like they're meaningless essentially.
Yeah, so people think like, okay, maybe we're just meaningless, and they're just like, oh, look at these people, they're kind of primitive, kind of advanced, or that they do want something from us. As to what that is, who knows?
Like honestly, something that definitely like I want to do a lot of research in, like aliens and space. Like, by the way, a lot of my music is about
It's very
space
spacey. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that stuff.
because I fucking love space. But like, just I guess the topic like of space, like the fact that it's endless. Like a lot of people don't know this, but like there's a bunch of shit in the galaxy that like it's just there. Like there's a planet where like completely made of diamonds, and like it rains diamonds, you know, and it's just like, and they're like a certain type of diamond that's rare to find ever, and it's like it physically cannot be like on Earth. It's like something like 62 karat, like it's fucking rare as shit. Like if you go to that planet, you're rich as fuck.
Shit.
And also like there's like little gases in the galaxy that just float around, and they're like made of alcohol. Like you would never know that shit, like, but it's like it's there.
Yeah, what always interests me was like saying that there's other planets that are similar to Earth.
Like what? Like how apparently Venus used to be exactly like Earth, but like whenever the moon apparently hit the Earth, it hit Venus too, and it knocked it too close to the sun.
Oh damn!
Wait, my very excellent mother just made us nachos. That's how I remember it, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, because Venus is like right there. And then Mars is pretty damn close, but I don't think we'll be able to inhabit Mars. I'm not sure.
I think it's gonna be possible to terraform, but it's gonna take a while. But it's not gonna be us.
Did you hear how they're gonna do it? Like
what?
They have to release cockroaches on the planet.
Oh shit! No, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, apparently like they're gonna release a bunch of fucking like a way to terraform. Release a bunch of fucking bugs on the planet because bugs can like
roaches survive anything. They can survive nuclear blasts.
Yeah, they can survive nuclear blasts. They can fucking like go without breathing for like 30 minutes. You know, like it's fucking crazy. I fucking hate roaches, dude. They're indestructible.
Yeah.
Like literally, the only way you can kill it is with your foot.
Like you really have to, and even at that, sometimes they're still walking.
Yeah, like you're like, all right, dude, it's gone. And it's fucking still going. It's like, dude, just die already.
Yeah. Those things are.
They're relentless, dude. But like they're gonna terraform it by putting bugs, and like the bugs will create their kind of own type of like a ecosystem.
Yeah.
And that'll create moss, and moss will create trees and bushes, and that's how you get oxygen on the planet. And then we can start bringing like, I don't know how the fuck they're gonna get. I think there's water on the planet. It's just really frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think once we get like the air there and everything, we create an atmosphere, like everything will just start like the greenhouse effect like on Earth will start taking effect like on Mars, and then they'll start melting all the ice, and we'll kind of go through like a restaging process of like fucking like basically like
Earth, the birthing process of Earth, basically.
Earth 2.0, like fucking but it's gonna be a lot better because now we have technology that'll help us advance faster. So we're only gonna grow. And I always look at it like this, like we look at people back in the day, it's like they used to do surgery without washing their hands, and like fucking, we don't have any anesthetic, let's cut off your arm.
Yeah.
You know?
Or let's put some leeches on you.
Yeah, and then we're like, dude, why the fuck did they do that? You know? And I feel like in the future, like maybe like in like 1,000 years, people are gonna be like, why the fuck did we do that? Like,
yeah.
Like why did these guys sit here and talk for like hours? Like
just do the it's too productive. Man, they're just talking to each other and recording it.
It's like I bet like this video is gonna survive until like the year, like it's gonna go all the way until like 1,000,000, right? And then we're gonna come back to like one. What would it be like? AG like after galaxy or some shit. Like futuristic. Damn, dude, I'm getting bitten up by these fucking ants.
Oh, for real?
I don't even feel it. Like,
oh shit.
Holy shit, my fucking veins are popping up. I don't give a fuck. I don't even feel it. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's why I put my feet on the.
But fucking like I feel like it's gonna survive, and then people are gonna find this footage and be like, "Damn, these guys are idiots."
Yeah.
Like for our like I guess generation, we're pretty strong minds. Like like not a lot of people think about shit like we do, you know. And I hope if you're thinking about shit like this, if you haven't thought about it already,
you should join us.
Now we have you thinking.
Yeah.
Never trust anything, unless it's Baskin Robbins because they have 31 flavors.
Oh shit!
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know it was 31.
In the B and the R.
Yeah.
The part of the B is a 3.
Yeah.
And then the R is a 1.
Oh shit!
So 31.
31.
Dude, fuck. Did I just?
I remember when I learned about the fucking Amazon, where the A to Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
I never knew that until like fucking this year. Dude, because like they make it so like.
It's good design.
Yeah, it's like where it's seamless, and then you find it in the future, and you're like, what? Nah, dude, fucking like, the world's kind of falling apart right now.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's been like that for the past few decades. or millennia.
What I am excited about, is, or kind of cautiously optimistic, is about the Neuralink.
Neuralink.
Yeah, you know what that is, right? Or no?
Yeah, it's
So with Elon Musk, because they're going to start doing human trials pretty soon.
human trials.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because they already done a bunch with the pigs and all that stuff. Because they're kind of close to us, and so like pretty soon they're going to start doing human testing. And I'm like, I am both excited, but also kind of like, what the fuck's going to happen? Because obviously, if this stuff goes well, like they can like help out people with like a bunch of like nerve damage. Or,
Yeah, like if you lose, like if you have paralysis in like the legs.
your legs, they can
Get it
help you
back.
bring back, and eventually it can even be like blindness.
Yeah, like
that-
it's only gonna advance from there.
Yeah, but again, at the same time, like
Everything has bad side effects.
they're gonna have like a giant ass like drill a hole through your head. The
Dude,
size
yeah,
of a-
because
yeah,
it's like back then when they had to do shit like to solve headaches, they would fucking drill a hole through your head and like reconfigure your brain or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, nowadays we just take an aspirin and we're good.
yeah. It's like obviously like, these first trials. I mean, they're trials. Like you can fucking die. Like if something goes wrong with your brain, I mean that's
You have to be really fucking. You have to really hate your life if you want to do that.
yeah. But again, we need those people to go through those trials so we can get the good stuff later on.
It's like if you die, it was for something good.
Yeah.
Either no, because I've heard like stories where like if they drill a hole in your head, like there was a guy who got in a car crash and like a pole went straight through his fucking brain, split up both like parts of the brain, both major parts, and he didn't die, but he suffered like major personality like disorder, like. He became super abusive towards his family. Like he went from like such a loving guy, such a caring man, and like giving, donating, to a hateful kind of like
Yeah. The trauma, brain trauma, like it changes you.
yeah, and it makes you feel like a lot more, I guess. Like it cuts something in your brain that you forget how you were, that or you just kind of like you're not that way anymore, you know. And that part of everything just sucks.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people, that's gonna happen to them with this trials. Like
It's gonna be fucked.
it's either they're gonna die, like they're gonna straight up die from like blood loss, brain like trauma, shock or something, or they're gonna like suffer major complications in the future, which isn't good either or. And like I mean, but it has to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Otherwise, there's no advance.
because like like with the Apollo, like the
The space race, basically.
yeah, the space race. Like with the space race, spaceships had to blow up to know what was wrong with them. If they didn't blow up, if people didn't try it out and like do it, then we would have never, you know, went to the moon. Just saying.
Yeah, like every like
You see what I
technical.
did?
Yeah. every.
Just saying, man. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, but like every like technological like advancement, like there's always some kind of like risk to it, or like kind of how would you say it?
Like there's you gotta get the bad parts before you get to the good.
Yeah.
Like you gotta go through the crap to get to the gold. You know.
All the trials and all that stuff before you start finding out like
Because,
what
I
side
mean-
effects are. Yeah.
Because you can only test it on a pig so much. You can only test it on something else so much.
Yeah. Before you actually want to try it on humans.
Yeah, because, I mean, a pig can only show you so much. So much of what you need to see. Seeing it in a human will help you figure out what's wrong. Once you figure out what's wrong, you fix it.
Yeah.
The faster we can, you know, I don't know how many people it's going to take.
Yeah. I had no idea.
I hate to make them sound like disposables, but, I mean, if that's what you're signing up for, I feel like that's what you're going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like, it's this whole idea where like we're basically becoming half human, half like we're basically becoming cyborgs at this point. Because
Yeah.
we kind of already are, because like we're so dependent on our technology. Like the fact that we always have our phones with us, we already have like this like symbiotic relationship with technology. Now we have all this stuff with AI going on. I'm pretty sure like the end goal will be combining AI with this like neural link and then combining it with our software. Pretty soon, like we're gonna have all this information in our heads. We're not gonna need a laptop. We're not gonna need a phone. It's already
Just, like, look somewhere and, like, it'll tell us something.
yeah.
Like, this restaurant is 5 stars or
Because
something.
there's already been attempts with that, like with Google Glass, and then also with
The new Apple.
yeah, the Apple ones. Like we're trying to combine AR and VR, which is AR's augmented reality, where you see stuff like this, but like you can actually see like displays and all that stuff, and then VR's completely virtual.
Like, everything's not real.
Yeah,
But augmented is just like it's changing your surroundings.
yeah. basically think about Pokemon Go or like anything
Yeah,
like that.
like it's your surroundings, but like you see like Pokemon everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I think that's gonna be like the like that's gonna be the next step where okay, now it works. Now let's combine all this technology and that's like the cool part. But the bad part, I'm like, okay, so what's gonna be the bad part? What if like we start seeing ads like we're walking around here and like you see like a pop up just like
Yeah,
buy
like
this.
that's what I would fucking hate. Especially if you had to pay like money
yeah
to get rid of that shit. Like it's permanently stuck with you now.
yeah
So like if you forget to pay your subscription, you're like, what the fuck, man?
yeah because I forgot who it was where they were trying to like make ads in the sky. I'm not sure where it was. I'm sure it was the Middle East or whatever, like some area where they start like paying for like sky messages on the little sky as ads and all that stuff.
I'm like, okay, when I think about it, it's like I love that our civilization is growing and like we're becoming smarter, but at the same time, it's like I feel like we're relying too much. Like we're becoming smart to the point where we think that we're just gonna have to rely on technology.
yeah, some people believe that like we could become dumb because we're relying so much on technology and we're not learning ourselves.
Yeah.
We're always like finding like something on Google.
Because I feel like we're gonna have to like once we get the Neuralink, like there's gonna be, of course, money is always involved with everything. And I feel like we're gonna have to start paying to use our own bodies and shit. You know, like I don't know, like you need to hear like if you lose your hearing and like your Neuralink goes down,
Yeah.
the everything like all of a sudden your life can go from being really good to being really fucking shitty in like an instant. Like something just goes wrong with it, and like of course people are gonna have to like test out this shit, you know. So that's another bad part of it.
Yeah.
But that's been with like all history, you know, like airplanes and spaceships, and you know.
Yeah, and I think we really are gonna end up like we're like Ready Player One. We're like
Yeah.
and I say that because like some people like housing needs to become so like so like unaffordable where our only way of like owning land is like virtually.
Yeah.
And we can actually be like whatever we want to be. Because I think we're already getting to the point where in real life, there's always like battles about identity. If you can be yourself, you can be whatever you want. I think that eventually that'll become like the next trend where, like, not to get too political, but like right now, like obviously you're talking about like trans, non-binary. I think like the ultimate like, not exaggeration, but like the extreme version of it is where okay, we're now in the virtual world. You can literally become whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you identify as. Like it's gonna go to the extreme where you'll become all these avatars of yourself. Because supposedly from what I was reading is that when it comes to like the way people are using technology, now they're talking about like Gen Alpha, which is after Gen Z.
Yeah.
Supposedly what I'm hearing is that the way Gen Alpha will be using the internet will be different from Gen Z, where Gen Z they'll be doing TikToks where you're showing yourself.
Yeah.
Very similar to millennials where you kind of want to become like a YouTuber, a streamer. What they're gonna want is becoming more anonymous, but still be online. And the only way for that to happen is to like have avatars, where yes, you can be online, you can kind of show yourself, but not really yourself because you want privacy. And so like I think about like Ready Player One, or like even like Facebook. And like I know people shit on Facebook because like the metaverse kind of failed, but I think people are gonna want like have these like fake versions of themselves. Kind of like the Vocaloids, whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's to become more common, or like even in streaming, like there's like fake characters where I forgot what they're called. Like there are people who do streaming, but like
They don't have their face cam. Yeah, they don't have
they're like called like hollow something. I don't know. And I guess it become like the next trend where you can be yourself online, whatever you want, and then I don't know.
I've always believed in like the saying like too much of something is horrible.
Yeah.
And like that's like with everything, like religion, political views, and like
Yeah, anything extreme.
yeah, extremists kind of ruin everything for everyone. Like okay, the way I see religion, don't mean to like dive into it too deep, but like the way I see religion is like a lot of people are like, well, I have no reason to believe in God because like in this religion, like they say you have to do this and this and this and this and this. I don't really see it like that. I kind of pick and choose the better parts of each religion and kind of blend it in with my morals. So like I don't believe like with Catholicism like that they should ban abortion. Like of course it's not good, like of course like it's humans, like it's just how like I'm not all for like killing shit, you know? But it's what they want to do, like it's their body. I can't control what they want to do, and I'm not gonna, you know.
I will. Nice.
This guy, dude. No, but like I don't I don't believe in that part of Catholicism.
Yeah.
But I do believe in like shit like there is a God, you know.
Yeah.
I'm more Christian than anything. Like I'm Christian, and like okay, a lot of people when they hear the word like Satanist or like satanic or
Yeah.
like book of like Satan beliefs, you know, they don't immediately think good.
Mm-hmm.
No one does, you know.
Yeah.
But like when you really, because I've done my research, I've kind of like just like this is something I've delved into because like my family's super religious.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's things in like if you disagree with like Satanist culture altogether,
Yeah.
you're also disagreeing with some of your own morals. Like, did you know that in the Satanic Bible, there's a like something in there that says not to hold grudges?
I don't know that.
But oh wait, no, not to hold grudges. Not to the fucking not to judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
That is one rule in the book of like Satanic Bible. Now there's also shit I don't agree with. Like there's one that says don't turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
Like I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I've seen some of their beliefs, and I really don't like it because I feel anything like makes your life way too easy. Like some of their beliefs are like your natural like it's your natural human reaction. I think that's actually bad. Like I know they say like don't show like love to everybody, only to like those who like show love back to you. Because I know that I know when it comes to like Christianity, like they say to love everyone. Yeah. But in a satanic, I'm not. Well, see that's the thing. There's like there's satanics, and there's also like the Church of Satan. Like there's different like factions.
Church of Lutheran. Like,
yeah. And one of them, like they say, like you shouldn't only love certain people, not everybody. I'm like,
that's not right.
Yeah, because there's certain stuff that they believe that makes it makes life easier because that's what you already want to do. And like you're indulging in like stuff that you already want to do.
Yeah, and it's not written in the Bible or anything. At least I don't think so. Or maybe it is. I'm not sure.
And the weird thing about it is like kind of like when it comes to like living healthy, like obviously you want to eat candies, you want to eat sugary stuff, you want to eat like salty stuff. Example of me, you're falling for indulgences compared to like the actual realities where if you want to be healthy, you have to work out, you have to eat healthy. And it's not always the best stuff. Like it sucks, but it's literally like how you live better. Yeah. And like not everybody wants to go to the gym, not everybody wants to go take a walk. People just want to eat, watch Netflix, and just chill out. Even though it's the easier thing to do, but it's not necessarily the best thing to be doing.
Yeah, like with like honestly, yeah, like I said, like the way I see religion is I kind of pick and choose.
Yeah.
Because if you follow one religion and you feel conformed to it like completely,
yeah,
then you're never gonna be truly happy with what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I live my best life because like dude, honestly, like I take kind of a little bit from every religion. Like in Muslim, like Islamic culture, they believe like you should like thank your God.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to thank him every single minute, every single day, but when you get the chance, but you have to. Like it's a rule, you know. Like and that's like, that makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
But like another thing is like God loves everyone, and I've always heard this like God loves everyone and like, but he doesn't like, you know, like anyone like LGBTQ, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know, that's not a part of that my religion that I believe in. Like I don't like that.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone should be loved, everyone should be cared about, make their own choices and be able to have control over themselves. And like just like overall, just like get all these good parts of every religion and kind of blend them in with my morals, because if you follow your morals, you're more than likely in the right track.
Yeah.
Because your morals say a lot about a person. Like if I leave a $50 bill on the ground, like will you give it, like if you see me drop it, like your morals are more or less going to tell you like if you're a good person, you'll give it back to him. Mm-hmm. Or if you're a bad person, you'll just put it in your pocket and walk off.
It's like it's the freaking test, the shopping cart test.
Yeah.
Whether or not like you put it back, because there's literally no punishment or reward if you return a shopping cart back to those lanes.
But it just kind of shows who you are.
Yeah, it shows who you are. And the majority of people are just lazy. They'll just leave it next to their car.
I'll be honest, I'm one of those people. I'm lazy, so.
I used to be like that, but then like once I started working as a law person, I'm like, you know what? I'm putting these carts back because I know how it is. Getting all those cars walking around, it becomes a hassle. So
like if I'm really far from like the cart things,
yeah,
like I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
If I'm tired, yeah, I'll just like,
You heard it here, folks.
But like, I won't be an asshole and I won't put it behind a car.
Dude,
I'll
no,
put it-
or
'cause some
like,
people do that.
or like, I hate whenever like you're trying to park and then people leave it in a parking space.
Yeah.
That shit's annoying.
Yeah. no.
Like just bro, you can't even move it to the side, or like you can't put it in
Yeah.
between something.
Like,
Like,
if I do leave it somewhere like on the actual lot, I'll just make sure it's not blocking anything.
you know those like little islands that separate like
Yeah. You
yeah,
put
yeah, put them on those, and then people are just like, oh okay, like there's a car here.
There's a car there. Yeah.
No, like I guess like if you're watching this, like just be happy with what you believe in, and if you're not happy with it, find out why. You know. Like,
And I think people should really study what they believe in. Like, if you believe in something, study it. Actually know what it means. Because I think a lot of people, you get taught, like, you come up with a religion or like a certain belief because of your family. But like, if you really want to like get into it, like really study what stuff means.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I read the whole Bible. Like, I just read the whole Bible just so I can see, and I read it like all the Psalms and like read all the stories and shit, you know. And I know kind of like God, like there's some things that God did that wasn't right.
Yeah.
Like God would take away shit from his like. God would take away shit from his followers, from his
Like the book of Job.
yeah. Like whenever there was a story like he like there was a man who had it all and he wanted to see, and the devil went to him and he was like, hey,
Yes, the book of Job.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he was like, hey, like,
I bet you you do this, he won't believe in you anymore.
and then he did the worst to this guy. Like he did this guy dirty. He
took away his family, he got him sick, and a bunch of other stuff.
he killed his cattle.
Yeah.
Took away his home and everything. And it's like, if I were that guy, like after all that, I would not be happy, you know, because like that shit you can't replace. Half of it can't, half of it you can. Family you can't.
Yeah.
And like it's like God made up for it by giving.
He gave him like abundance of everything. He gave him like a new family, a bunch of like more animals and all that stuff.
But the way I think about it, it's like it shouldn't be that way, you know. Like it shouldn't just be a test. Like if he believes in you, like I feel like God is more powerful enough to feel it.
Yeah.
Like if he knew, he shouldn't just like do shit like.
Yeah, I think I think knowing that part makes it sound really bad, but like in real life we wouldn't know. So like in real life, like if we lost our family members, we wouldn't be aware like it's a test.
Yeah, like in the book, like if you're reading the book, you're like, damn, I feel bad for that guy. Like,
yeah,
you know, like if that shit happened to me, and like you might not even know, but God might be testing you. Like,
yeah, it seems like for them it seems like a game between the devil and God.
Like it's not good. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that part. But then there's stuff like karma, like what comes around goes around, and I believe in karma like a motherfucker, dude. Like I mean, in the Bible, like some guys like, you can't have my lamb, or like I'm taking your lamb and I'm cooking it for my dinner.
Yeah.
And then like the guy ends up like getting struck by lightning and dying, and then the guy who got his lamb taken away gets like 50 horses or something.
And that's something that all religions have, the golden rule. Do to others like how you would like to be done or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always try to like treat people nice. Like even if I don't know who they are, like I try to be nice. And well, depending on how they react or how they are, I'm like, I don't do anything bad, but I just like stay away from those kind of people.
Yeah. Like there's definitely people in the scene like I try not to be around, and then there's people like I love being around. Like
Yeah.
Like I just love the scene as a whole. Like the scene is, I feel like if I wasn't in the scene, I wouldn't be anywhere. Like I love being around people that love music as much as I do, and I love being around people who just respect and know what we're all going through, you know. And just feeling like the presence of like everyone else, like they know what I'm going through, I know what they're going through.
Yeah.
It's like
it's community.
It's like a family, yeah, like a family. Like people are just like oh yeah, I'm going to the Gremlin tonight, and I'm like, oh dude,
Yeah.
I love the Gremlin, you know, like, or like, oh I love the Walrus or something, you know, like just different places. Like we know how much this means to us or this, you know, and it's really cool. Like just having like a second family.
Yeah. No, I agree, because for the longest time people had, but like back then, like the only sense of community was religion, because that's where everybody would go. Like they would go to temples, churches. That's where like the one place where no matter where you're from, what your status is, like you can actually congregate together and talk with each other and believe in something.
Like I could barely know you, and you'd be like, do you love God?
Yeah. Like we know, like we more or less have similar beliefs, and our lifestyles are to be, you know. There's somebody over there. But like it's a place where people are kind of like have things in common, and that leads to like societies where you have common beliefs of laws or whatever. Same thing with the music scene where like if someone has a show at the Cine Rey, that's a big deal for that band. Yeah. So you want to, like, if they're your friends, you really want to go
and try and see them.
Yeah, and go see them. And like if they're having shows at the open mic, you want to support your friends because they're starting off. Like, what everything means. Yeah. Everybody knows where everything stands.
Like everything in this scene, I love the scene. Like just everyone, like all the bands, all the solo artists, all the rappers, everyone. Mm-hmm. Like everyone makes you feel at home, and it's like, I mean, I know there's probably people out there that don't like me. It's like, but that's like,
I know. At a certain point, like once we had like so many like a public face, there's people who like you and people who don't.
Yeah.
So like I'm pretty sure there's people who don't like you, and there's absolutely people who don't like me. I am 100% sure that exists.
Like honestly, like it doesn't bother me though. I'm just like, I haven't done anything to offend anyone. I've been nice. I've been caring. I've tried to help out. Like anytime I'm at a show, if someone needs something, I let them borrow my shit. Like I don't care. I try to be the nicest guy I can, so that way, like I can make a friend, not like a connection or some shit. Like genuinely a friend. Like genuine
friend, yeah.
Like not someone like, cause like I would want someone to kick it with, Someone like, hey, yo, you want to jam out or something? Just chill out.
Yeah, you're really like anytime like I seen you, like you're always like that, like you're always pumping up people. Like even if it's your first time seeing the band, I see like dancing around and mosh hitting. You really hype everybody up.
I love bringing the energy because like something about like just seeing people like, okay, like whenever I'm on stage and shit and performing, like seeing people in the crowd that hype up other people, it's like like if it weren't for them, everyone would be standing still.
Exactly.
And like I want to be that guy that starts it. And usually I am. Like everyone's.
That's all it takes. It just takes one person to be doing that. And
because like honestly, this is a life saying too. Like this is all like not just a one-time thing, but if you change like the course of like if everyone's going one way and you go the other way, and you keep staying true to that, everyone's gonna go with you.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be like everyone's just gonna keep going. Like if you really show that you're not afraid, everyone's gonna follow you.
Yeah.
And like that's what I love. I want to make people more confident. Like I want to make people.
I'm not ignoring you, by the way. I'm looking for a quote that's related to that.
Oh, okay. So like I just want to make people feel more safer in the scene. Like I want to make people feel happy. Like just want them to dance, have fun, have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Like go out to see a band and remember that band. Like just a lot of people in the scene, like they have the good music, they have everything, but the crowd is just like everyone's just kind of like, dang, I'm kind of scared to like.
Yeah.
Because usually it's their first time. Like
there's certain bands where like you hear the genre, like man, I'm not sure.
Like yeah, like sometimes you're like it's not for me, but I can respect it, And then sometimes it's like, damn, I really love this, But like you see everyone just chilling there, you're like, I don't know if I want to just go crazy.
Yeah.
I might just stand here. But no, like I'm not afraid to show it. Like if I like a band, like I'll let them know.
You let them know, yeah. And that's a very admirable rule. Because sometimes I'm the person that stays in the back. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm one of the most realest people you ever meet, man. Like,
yeah.
I'll tell you shit to your face if I don't like you or not.
Mm-hmm.
I've told people that like, there's this guy, he's giving me super off vibes. Like for, like this isn't the scene. It's just like in general. He's giving me off vibes, and I was like, I just tried to stay away from him, and he just wanted to keep hanging out with me, and I was like, dude, I'll be real with you. I don't like you. Like I'll be real with you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want anything to do with you. And like, I don't know. Like it's just a gut feeling. Like I trust my gut a lot.
No, you should always trust it because it's, your body's picking up something that you haven't like consciously like noticed, but like something's
up.
Something's up.
And usually it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'll be straight up with you. If I don't like you, I'll tell you. And I love everyone in the scene. Like I might not say it, but just know, like if I don't talk around you and I'm listening to you, it's not because like I'm trying to like pick you apart or anything. I'm just like genuinely interested in what you're saying and stuff like that. Like
yeah, that's how I tend to be. Like I tend to be really quiet. Like I think some people think I'm very social because of the podcast, but like I'm fucking like sometimes I can be like socially awkward, but like sometimes I'm just like I don't know what to talk about. I'm like I just like listen to you because that's how I naturally am. Like I usually listen to what you're saying, and then like when it comes to the podcast, like I ask you questions based on what you're saying. But like when you're like out there, I'll just listen to people because sometimes you just want to be like heard. And that's literally it.
Yeah.
And so like I don't like really put myself out there where someone's talking to me like, oh, talk to me.
Like that's why like with this, like technically, like, the way a lot of people see it, it's like, oh, Joe Martin is interviewing Jalen Moreno, you know?
Yeah.
But the way I see it, it's like me and you have a conversation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I prefer it because it feels more home.
It feels more natural as well.
More natural, more at home, more like close to heart, and it comes out a lot more truthful.
Yeah, it's more genuine.
It doesn't feel like it's staged.
Yeah. And that was like since the beginning. Like I knew that I wanted this to be like actual conversations, not just like stage stuff. So like when it came to like the questions, like I don't have anything written down because I remember when I was first getting into the like interviews, there was another person or other people who would do interviews with the music scene, but like they would have questions written down, and so like the conversations wouldn't really flow because you could be talking about one thing and then they ask you like a question on something else.
It's completely unrelated.
It's completely unrelated.
Like one question is like, how did you start off when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You know? And then it's like, where are you playing tomorrow night?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's a big switch, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens, and like it doesn't feel natural. And I know I fucked up a couple of interviews. Like I'm gonna be honest, like there's some interviews where I'm like, ugh. Like the recent one, and I thought they're gonna watch it anyways. Was with Arturo. Like that one, I really fucking beat myself over because, first of all, like I love Arturo. Like they're a good band. I love their music. So like I was already excited, but kind of nervous. And the only time I ever been nervous was when I interviewed Riley, because before I interviewed them, I already know how big they were. Like even when fucking Ryan was there, like I was nervous. I'm like, oh shit. So anyways, with the Arturo one, that was one thing. I was already nervous. Second of all, it was still online, so like the screen was right there. The camera was in front of it. So whenever like I want to look at them, I have to look at the camera. But like if I'm ever listening to them or like want to talk with them, I look at them on the screen because that's your natural thing. Like I want to look at you. I want to look at the camera. And I feel like my game was so off because of so much stuff going on.
Like online is not like in person.
It's not good.
At all.
And then also because whenever I would speak, I had my headphones on. So like on their end, I could hear myself speaking. So it was kind of like a weird echo or delay. It's like I would say something and then I would hear it on their end and they would answer the question. So I'm like, man, and then the fact that I like them so much, I feel like I feel like I mean it's like a fool in front of them. It's like I'm not sure how they actually feel, but they're like, no man, it's alright, like don't worry about it. And I'm like, I know, like I personally feel like I fucked up. And I'm not sure like if that ever happens to you guys when you guys are doing performance where sometimes you have all these streaks of really good performances and then one time you just fuck up and you just like
that was honestly like Blam at Bummershed.
Yeah.
That was actually like the other night, dude. Like
for us?
Dude, fucking whenever we played at the Walrus, the first time, dude, we went off like the cutoffs on time. Everything was like perfect. And we were just like, dude, tomorrow we're gonna kill it, or like the next day. The next time we play. The next time we fucked up hardcore. My strap kept coming loose.
Oh man.
My fucking my fingers were really sweaty, so like I couldn't hit the notes right. And like I was trying to run across the stage like how I did that night.
Yeah.
And I almost fell. Like, but it was like it adds to the effect. Like I'm not being fake. Like if I fuck up, I'm gonna show you I'm fucking up. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, but I'm gonna try my best not to, you know, because that's something like I know y'all went to go see a show, not someone fuck up on stage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So like that's stuff I just like I really beat myself over it. I'm lucky like some people reach out to me like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm like. Still, like, even now, like, I apologize to them and everything, but, like, they haven't responded, so I'm like, I don't know. But, I mean, they were nice to me through the interview, and they told me, like, if you ever come over here, you know, we'll help you out. So, like, that's the nice part, but still, like, it for me, felt more, like, pity, like, oh, man, like, poor guy. I think part of it, the reason why is because, like, I'm so used to helping bands, like, starting off. So, like, most of my questions are for bands who are, like, barely starting off. They're already, like, in the middle of their journey, so, like, they probably like answered these questions so many times beforehand. And like let's say they do have like the equivalent of the Joe Martin show over there. They probably already know them much better than I do. So like their questions are gonna be far more interesting because they already know them.
Yeah.
And so I'm like that interview like really like beat me up about it.
Nah, you're good at what you do because I mean I respect it because it's hard.
Yeah.
Like just getting to talk for hours.
Yeah.
Getting to
unscripted with nothing in hand.
Yeah, and
no like conversation like okay let's talk about this. It's just
like in front of people that are just like each one different personality, each one different way, you know. You gotta find like their ticks, make sure you're not to hit those, and you just gotta make sure like you hit topics that are crucial and important to the band. Like,
and the other part is like the crucial part when it comes to these interviews, so especially when it's a full band, you need to make sure you're talking to every single one, or sometimes people will feel left out because that has occurred where I know some interviews where like I could tell a band member like felt left out because they didn't add too much to the conversation. And like I tried to like give them questions, but some members are more social than others.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes certain members get more time than others. I'm like, and you kind of don't think about it because it's just.
I'll be real with y'all. I'm not very talkative. Like, if you come up to me anywhere else other than like a show, and I don't know you, I'm gonna be really quiet. I'm a completely different person at a show. Like, I'm very outgoing and stuff, but it's like, because I want to present myself that way. I want to be friendly to come up to.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't want people to think like, oh, I hate them off the bat, because I love talking to people. You know, like it's just sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Like I don't want to talk.
Yeah, same.
Like, dude, honestly, like, fucking, I don't know where I was. I was sitting down with a friend, and it was quiet for like 20 minutes, and he was like, "What's up? Like, you good?" I was like, "No, I'm just chilling, dude."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why don't you talk, dude?" He's like, "Usually you're always talking." I'm like, "Dude, I'm be real with you. This is a side of me no one sees. Like, I'm just quiet."
Same.
I can enjoy silence and just enjoy like being alone.
Yeah, same. Absolutely. The same thing with me. Like I can absolutely just be to myself. Like I see some people at the store and I'm like, I don't talk that much. Like, hey, how's it been? I'm like, oh, good. Then I just like walk away.
Yeah, because like,
and it's not that I'm trying to be a dick or I think I'm better than myself because I'll say a little bit of stuff, but like some people have believed that like ever since like I got kind of like recognized a little bit popular, not just like to my horn or whatever, but like that I was thinking I'm better than most people. So like I keep to myself, but I'm like, no, I literally I'm more introverted than extroverted. So like whenever I'm at a show or whatever, like I'll have a good time, talk with people, but then afterwards like I get like socially jarring, like I can't handle it. And so I go quiet. And well, this was actually way before, but like I had friends who were hometown friends where some of them started believing that I was like full of myself, that I changed as a person, but I haven't. Like I'm still the same person. It's just that like how you were mentioning, like when you're in the scene, you have like certain like
you have to uphold yourself a certain way.
No, not that.
Not like change who you are.
No, like just the conversations you have, like the things you can relate about and all stuff.
Yeah.
It makes sense when you're in the scene, but like if you're talking about like, okay, like let's talk about glare. If you're talking about glare with someone who's not in the music scene, it's like, who the fuck are they?
Yeah.
Like, and it's kind of like hard to relate.
Kind of going back, like you gotta present yourself a certain way, like with friends and shit.
Yeah.
Like you can be more like talk about other shit, like shit you guys know, like it's close to home.
Yeah.
But with like with me, like you could talk to me about glare because I know glare.
Yeah. We could talk about like the music scene. We could talk about stuff like when it's like people outside the scene.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. And so like sometimes with these people, like they started thinking I was better than them because I was doing stuff. And I know like I'm still the same person. Like I have always been the same person. It's just that like I get excited when people recognize me because like it took so much work doing all of this.
Yeah,
it took a lot of risk. I was in debt. I was like in credit card debt, like and not lightly. Like I was in the thousands. I barely paid it off in March. And so like I get excited like when people recognize me because it's kind of like, oh shit, like
I worked hard for this.
I work hard for this, and now like I can
like my name's out there, you know.
Yeah, and I'm not like big headed. I'm not like, oh, I'm better than you because people know who Joe Martin is. And even at that, like it's not the same thing because it's one thing having like actual real friends that you actually hang out with and being someone who's kind of like well known. Because sure, it's cool that people recognize me, but like it does not mean that I hang out with these people. So sure, like yeah. So like when it comes to friends, like in the music scene, like it's very, very few people. Sure, I talk with a lot of bands, but it's not like, oh, let's hang out afterwards. Like if we're just talking during a gig and that's like the end of our conversation, we're good acquaintances, but we're not friends.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of like I don't know how you would say where it's one thing being popular, but it's one thing like actually having people within your like actually in your life.
Yeah.
And I've always been the type of person to have like very small groups of friends, but very dedicated and
like if they're there, they're there for
they're there for life.
Yeah, like I can show you my fucking Instagram like chat log. Like
Yeah.
Like it'll say like anyone like from the like I only text like a few people like regularly, like it'll say like 2 minutes or like fucking 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there's like some people like I'll text
fucking
like
4 weeks, 38 weeks.
Fucking 38 weeks ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not because I don't like you. It's just like, I don't know. Like it's just, like it's not because I don't like you. Or I don't want to hang out with you. It's just like
sometimes it's just distance. Like
yeah,
we live far from like McAllen and Everybody else like in the scene, like,
'Cause, like,
they got to
honestly-
the same high school. Okay, go on. Sorry,
Like, no, you're good.
you're good.
Like, the guys from Principium, like,
Yeah,
I love all the fucking guys from Principium, the guys from SKA, like, the guys from all the bands, right? I fucking love everyone. Like, and there's a few, like, I talk to more than the others, but it's not because I prefer them more or anything like that. It's just, like,
sometimes you just fight with people better than others. Like you
or
vibe.
like sometimes I'm just like, I wonder what they're up to, or like something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, what's up? And then, like, nothing. I'm like, okay, bet. And then, like, I'll just, like, leave. Like, I'm not a very, like, talkative person. I'm just like, well, my family kind of made me to be, but
Yeah,
if I had a choice, I wouldn't be.
same.
Like,
I have to force myself to become social because I'm more introverted. It's always been that way.
yeah, I get you. Just everything with, like, fucking family, and then, like, everyone in the scene makes me, like, feel like home, you know? Like, when I first got into the scene, it was like everyone didn't know me, and it was like it's kind of scary, like seeing everyone like dab each other up and everything.
Yeah, so everybody knows each other. They all go to the same high schools, the same thing.
Yeah, and I didn't know anyone.
Same.
No one knew who I was. I didn't know anyone, so it was like, these guys are gonna hate
Who the
me.
fuck is this guy?
Yeah, like, who the fuck is this guy coming up in our territory? You know?
Yeah,
And no, they welcomed me with like open arms, and I was like, that's some fucking awesome shit. You know?
yeah,
And like with like all the homies, like I don't fucking discriminate. Like I don't think I'm better than anyone. I don't think I'm more popular than anyone. I always like I always tell everyone, like, fuck a handshake, give me a hug. Like, I don't give a fuck.
same.
Like I don't fuck with handshakes because, like, I fucking love everyone. You know?
Yeah.
I give them a hug because they're homies. They're fucking real shit. You know. So I guess that's just how I am.
Like, well, we're talking about it a little bit earlier. I found the quotes. We're talking about like how people like usually go one route, but then like someone else goes a different route.
Yeah.
First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. It's really from Gandhi. And I agree because like that's exactly what happened with this podcast. Like when I first started off, I was not like, my friends would kind of like, well, former friends, they would kind of like joke about it, like, oh, like here goes the game of the podcast, which is, you know what, light teasing's okay. But then like once I started getting some attention, it was kind of like, oh, like this guy thinks he's better than us. And then it became like a whole argument where like I lost all of my friends last year, like most of my, well, not all of them, but a big chunk of them because our group split in half. And well, like some of them were the musicians, and I was always like trying to push them to like, hey, do gigs, like whether it be coffee shops. Even before I got into the scene, like everybody came, like you have good music, do something with it. And well, like they were kind of like, no, we'll just do we'll do stuff. I'm like, whatever. And like I would always try to like help them out. Like I would like design posters and all that stuff just to help them out. And well, I think things just got like, people kind of drift apart eventually. Like you grow up, like if you know people for like half your life for like 10 years, people change obviously. So that's one thing that they kind of like, there was already friction within our group. And I think it got to the point where I know like we were gonna stop talking. So I told them like, hey, let's do like a giant trip. Let's go out of the bang, like this thing crazy. And well, they took it as a way, it's like, oh, this guy wants us to like end the group already and just big. I'm like, no, like I know the group's ending. Let's just do something crazy while we're at it, because some of them like they would want to go to like a Nordic country. I don't know why. So I'm like, okay, go down. Like some yeah, I think like I forgot which one it was. And I would tell them like, let's do it. Like, why not? Like, we're already getting older. We're in our mid-20s. So I can do it. And I guess the message was taken wrong. Where like, oh, Joe wants the friend group to end, and well, like, it started a whole argument. Some of my friends said it. Some of them said it with me. Some of them didn't. And like I never mentioned it on the podcast just because like it's my personal life. But like I lost a lot starting the podcast, doing the podcast, because they would like kind of like joke around. Like after a while, I was like, you could tell when your friends are joking with you, and then when they're joking about you. Yeah. And so like, oh, like, so which mid band are you interviewing next? And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, like, you know, you're not teasing me, you're making fun of me.
Yeah, and it's like, it's fucked up because like they're like some of the people that you hope would believe in you, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and so like sometimes they're, and sometimes it's not. Like it's,
and like that quote, like you said, like with all the shows that I've played, like I like they laugh at you, they look at you, you know, and then you win. It's like I kind of feel that way because like in the beginning everyone's kind of stiff, everyone's there.
They're like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, why are you on stage? Like, okay, it's just another band. And then we play, and I like to get personal with the crowd because it's like I want them to like remember me. You know, I want them to be like, hey, I like that guy.
Yeah.
And so they'll come see me again, and I can interact with them again because I love interacting with the crowd. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And like at first I'll be stiff. I'll be like, I don't want to dance. I don't want to do anything. And by the end of the show, they're shouting like the name of the band, or they're having fun. You know.
Yeah.
And that's what I love to see. Like I don't want people to feel like they should have to act a certain way, or else someone's gonna make fun of them in the scene. Like,
yeah.
I feel like you should act however you'd like, without judgment.
Yeah. Same.
Of course, within reason. Within reason. Not like go full on, you know, crazy mode, but within reason. Like,
Within reason.
have fun, enjoy yourself, don't take yourself too seriously at shows. Just kind of let yourself loose.
Yeah, because there's literally no point of like not showing yourself. Like, yeah, I know, like we have to sometimes put on a mask to like behave a certain way because of certain stuff that goes on. But like, I hate it because just you're restraining yourself from being yourself, and people might not. They might like who you are, or pretending to put like you're put on a show or a fake mask of yourself.
Yeah.
They might like that, but then like when they actually talk to you, like, oh shit, like I don't like this person, or maybe I do. Who knows?
I kind of don't put on a mask, more or less like covering it up with makeup. It's not like I have anything to hide. It's just I have problems, you know. Everyone has problems.
Oh yeah.
And the way I let them out is through music and like on the stage when I go crazy, like when I'm fucking doing something stupid. And it's like when I'm up there and I'm playing my heart out, it's like all those problems seem to fade away, you know. And it's like I don't want people to feel down, you know. I don't want people to feel my problems.
Yeah.
I want them to feel my problems, but through a way of happiness. Like,
Yeah.
I'm dancing up there, and like I'm dancing because I'm trying to get all these problems out of my head. I'm just trying to get everything cleared out. But what they're seeing is like, hey, this guy's having like the time of his life. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell? Like, it's like that's what I want. Like, I want people to see my anger and my sadness is like happiness.
Yeah,
Translated through that.
you have a way of expressing yourself, and I think that's what I lack.
Like,
I need something to like express myself.
yeah, like kind of it transforms it, you know, like
Yeah.
it goes in one end as like hatred and like sadness and anger, and goes through it and comes out another end as art, creative,
Yeah.
you know, just like something else. And it's a good way to let out your anger and just kind of like therapy, and it helps a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, if people like are I'm real with people. So like, if people are like, damn, dude, like this song sounded super emotional, like is everything good? I'm like, I'll be real with you, like shit's kind of hard right now, but like
Yeah.
I'm getting through it. Like I'm a very optimistic person, so like a lot of times like there's a problem, I'm here to fix it. Like I'm even if it's not my problem, like I'll fix it.
Yeah.
Probably not the best thing, but I'm there, you know? Like I just like helping, you know? And sometimes it's not the best thing, sometimes it is. But I help, and I like to see people flourish. Like,
Yeah.
there's never a time in my life I ever want to see someone down. Like, I've never wished bad upon anyone. And, I mean, I just, like, I love everyone in this world, and I hope everyone loves me. Like, I just, like, not in, like, an egotistical type of way, but just, like,
yeah.
I could be like, yo, what's up, dude? And they're like, hey, what's up? And then, like, just keep walking on. Like, those fucking scenes, like, from a movie where it's like, hey, Mrs. Johnson. They're like, hey, you know, like, and they're
Yeah,
like,
this is like how it is in small towns where like everybody knows each other.
yeah, like that. Like,
yeah.
I just want to have a really close bond with everyone. Like, just everyone knows me, I know them, and we're just kind of like, we're chill, you know? Like,
No, yeah, I agree. I'm similar where I think that's always been my issue where like I have always been a type of person to be helping out others, and to a fault where I stopped thinking about myself and my own needs. That's been my issue where now I'm actually at the point where like I'm doing stuff for myself to actually like improve my life, to do something with my life, rather than always being at the service of others. And I'm not complaining because I love helping out other people.
yeah.
Anytime like I've been involved with like different organizations in school and church, it's always been at the service of others. But I think I done the extreme part where like I forget about myself.
Yeah.
And so like now I'm happy like I'm actually doing something for myself, and it's sometimes I hate it because like I feel like it's so late in my life, like even though I'm still young, but like I'm in my 20s, like it took me so long for me to start doing stuff for my own self rather than for others.
Yeah.
Not like in a selfish way, but it's just like you need to be like thinking about yourself as well.
So, yeah, like you got to kind of take care of yourself, treat
Yeah.
yourself good before you treat others good, because
Yeah.
you're going to kind of give your all to others and you have nothing,
For
you know?
yourself, yeah.
And
And I
like-
think that's been one of my issues.
I've been working on that lately, like, and I mean, a lot of shit's happened recently. Like, me and my girlfriend broke up
Yeah.
a little while back. It was long ass
rough.
time. It was rough, yeah, you know. And then fucking the anniversary of my uncle's passing away, you know, and just like just a bunch of shit, you know, and dealing with all that, and it sucked. And I mean, a lot of people would crush under the pressure, you know, would fall victim to like drugs or like, you know.
Yeah, they would find some kind of form of escapism, even if it's not good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky that I had music and like friends to talk to, you know, because of course that shit did suck. Like all of it. And I mean, I found people who, you know, they help me through anything and everything, and it's like a virtue. you
Yeah.
know? It's amazing, and I am so thankful for it. You know,
Agreed.
like even this, like just this podcast, like it's fucking awesome. Like
Same.
thinking that, like just not even like a year ago, like I like you didn't know who I was, and now like we're
We
sitting
know
here,
each other, yeah.
it's like we're having a conversation. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's I was thinking about that stuff where if certain stuff didn't happen, like it would have never led to the podcast. It would have never led me to meeting everybody else. Like there's always like all these small events where like it leads up to something.
Like a lot of bad shit happened in my life, like from when I first started picking up the guitar till now.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't have it any other way, because I wouldn't be who I am right now, and I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for that.
yeah,
And I'm thankful for even like the painful experiences, because like I mean sometimes you gotta learn, you know.
yeah. You just need it. Yeah,
Sometimes you gotta like put yourself through. I've always seen it like this. Like this is how my family is and how I am, especially. Like you gotta work hard to get what you want. You gotta put yourself through shit to get the gold. Like you just gotta work, even if it means like you're fucking falling apart. Like because at the end, when you get what you want, it's like
yeah,
it feels good. It feels like you earned it, you know. And I worked hard, like bettering myself. Like after the whole breakup thingy and just everyone, like everything falling down on me.
yeah,
I thought I was like done for. I was like, damn, this sucks. This sucks bad, you know?
yeah,
And but no, I started eating better, working out, and like lost a little bit of weight. You know, I started being more productive, getting better rest, you know, making more music, and it's like,
it's working out.
yeah, and like I'm like right now I'm getting where I want to be, you know, and I want to keep going there.
Yeah,
And like I'm so thankful for everyone that I've talked to, everyone I've met. Couldn't have it any other way.
same. And I think like for me, like it's the same thing where, for me, it's been more like I always been a person that people had vented to,
Yeah.
and so my issue became, who do I talk to?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the thing where like I started having friends where like they would reach out to me like, hey, is everything okay? The first person like, I really would like, want to thank is Izzy. Like that guy has like helped me out so much. Where there were so many mistakes I'd done where if I would have continued taking all these paths, like I would have fucked up. Like it would have ruined me.
Yeah.
Like there was people that I would associate with that I wasn't aware of like their history, and Rez and Izzy, like they were the first ones to say like, hey, we're not the type of people to tell you who not to work with, who to work with, but like be careful with this guy. And, like all of that saved me. And like recently, like I was my family. Well, my mom has been at the hospital. She was one of them, and then my same thing with my sister because I never mentioned my sister one, but like my mom was going through like health issues, and so like I was like falling like I was still stressed out because I had the show coming up, which was this past Sunday.
Yeah.
I had that going on. I had like some interviews going on. I had my family stuff going on, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like I feel like I have all this pressure because from my family is just me, my sister, and my mom. If something happens to my mom, like I have to take care of my sister because my dad's not in the picture.
Yeah.
And so like I always think about that stuff. I'm like, damn, like I have all this stress going on, but I never like you just have to push forward. Like there's
There's always
like if you stop,
like a good way out.
yeah,
Because there's a bad way and there's a good way, and if you take the bad way, you're always gonna fall down a really bad path.
Yeah.
And you're gonna end up like something you don't want to be.
and like I don't have that. I can't afford the opportunity to be slacking off too much because like I need to help. Like since my sister was little, like I always took care of her because my dad was not in the picture. Like I had not only did I have to be like a brother, but like I also to be a father figure. And so like that's why like a lot of stuff I never did for myself. I was always taking care of other people. I'll take care of my grandma because like when my grandma was alive, she was sick. She was blind because she didn't take care of herself. She had diabetes. She didn't lose any limbs, but like, she couldn't walk as much because like your body stops functioning in certain ways.
Yeah.
And so like I was always doing stuff for other people, and it just now I'm getting the chance to actually do stuff for myself. And even then, like, stuff in life happens where you're getting, like, it's what I would tell people, like, so it's because most of the scenes young, like, you're high school kids. Once you're out of high school, college comes in. You have relationships, you have jobs. You're not gonna have as much time as you have usually. One thing that I will tell people is that, like, once you get older, like, time feels like it goes faster than it actually is. Like, when you're younger, you're waiting for, like, Christmas, you're waiting for birthdays, you're waiting for summer to begin. Summer, you hate when summer ends because, oh, we're back to school. Once you're an adult, all of that goes away. Once you're past 18, 21, those are like the milestones. Because 18, you can start smoking, you can start voting, having fun. Legally, legally, drinking 21, you can start legally drinking. But, like, once you go past those ages, like, there's no, like, next milestone. It's not like, you hit 25, you hit 30, you hit 35, but, like, those aren't really milestones. They're just
Kind of ages.
it's just ages.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get what you mean. Like, when I look back at it when I was younger, like, yeah, I'd wait for my birthday, wait for Christmas.
Yeah,
It's like,
'cause
I had
like-
really nothing going on.
Yeah, you had nothing else going on. It was like, you wait for those days, but afterwards it's just kind of like,
Now it's like, dude, everything's coming at me so fast.
yeah, now you have jobs and, like,
It's only getting faster, you know?
yeah,
But I still handle it every day, like, one day at a time, and I live my life. So at least, like, if I were to die tomorrow, I'm happy.
yeah.
you know?
And I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I'm not saying, like, it's a bad thing. Like, this is just going to happen. It's up to you to whether you want to be, like, take this as a negative way or as a positive way. Because, like, time's going to pass no matter what. It doesn't matter if it feels fast or not. You should be doing what you love, what you want to do, and where you want to. Like, you
course.
should know what you want to do and where you want to go. Because no matter what, time's just going to be passing by you.
Like, I mean, I don't care what it takes. Like, if I have to put like I said, put
Yeah.
myself through shit to get the gold. Like, I'm gonna, like, work as hard as I can to make this music shit work out.
Same.
To bring the homies with me too, because I'm not leaving no one behind. you
Yeah.
know? And, like, to try and just create, like, the best life I can for me and for my family and, like, my kid, you know, just for fucking everyone. And, like, when I die, I want to have, like, just to have left a good mark on this earth. Like, I don't want to leave people with a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree. But this is good and bad to the idea where, like, you shouldn't become a person pleaser.
Yeah.
Because that was also my mistake. Like, I've done a lot of mistakes, obviously, and, like, early on, like, when I was starting on the podcast, like, I was a bigger people pleaser because I didn't want to get in trouble, whether it be canceled or just, like, get on people's bad sides. This is in general because, like, I like making friends and getting along with people and just talking because it's fun. I'm always the person who's been open minded and listening to, like, I love listening to people's, like, people from the other lifestyles, whether, like, they be something I'm not, whether they be another gender, identity, different, like, status when it comes to, like, being rich or poor. Because, like, I come from a low income family, so, like, it's always interesting seeing people with, like, other lifestyles. So, like, I'm very, like, open to everybody, and so, like, I think I got, like, into to the extreme where, like, I was becoming a people pleaser where I'm like, oh no, like, I don't want to trouble anybody, but sometimes you should put your foot down because there's certain people who I know taking advantage of my good behavior or my good nature because they see, like, oh, this guy is always being
nice.
gullible or being nice, and so, like, that's what I would tell people, like, be kind, don't be nice, be kind, because if you're nice, people will take advantage of that.
Like, show them that you like, you care and then you
care,
want to
yeah.
respect what they feel, but
Yeah.
like, that you're still,
Yeah, you have boundaries.
yeah. Like, I respect the hell out of that though. Like, the fact that you, like, I love learning about, like, different things that I don't know about. Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
a learning guy. So, like when I meet people who are like pansexual, like something I've never, like an orientation I've never heard of.
Yeah.
I'm not immediately like, that's wrong. That's, you know,
Yeah, same.
No, like, I'm like, wow, that's, like, interesting. Can you tell me more about it? Like,
Yeah.
it's cool.
For me, it's like, yeah, because that's my main interest. Like, my main interest is, I guess it would be like sociology, which would be like the study of people, or like psychology. Like, for me, it's like, cool, this is something different. How did you end up here with that? Like, why do you believe what you believe? How did you end up with this identity? Like, how did all this stuff happen?
And how does it work? You know, like,
Yeah.
like, how does one love one another? How does one care for one another in the type of, you know, mindset, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I have.
And, like, I just like love learning about it because, I mean, it helps make people a lot more comfortable, a lot more feel a lot more safer. And if I can do that, like, I mean, that's for the scene in general. Like, I love,
Yeah, this is for me. Yeah, for me, it's just in general, like life.
like, I want people to feel safe around me. I want people to feel like they can talk to me about anything because really they can. Like
Yeah.
you can come up to me and tell me like about your problems and I'll be like, damn, that sucks. Let's talk about it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you don't need someone to fix it for you, but you need someone to vent it to.
Just to hear you
Yeah.
out. And I agree because sometimes people do feel like they can't be themselves, whether it be like judgments. And so like you just need someone that's not gonna judge you immediately and just like actually hear you out.
Yeah, like it's a struggle sometimes trying to make sure that everyone's kind of comfortable around you. But if you really do care about people, like the way you say you do, you know, everyone's willing to do it,
Yeah.
and they're willing to do it for you too. So it's a really like, I love you, you love me type thing. So
Yeah. And the reason I came to this is because back then, like when I was much younger, like I would get bullied because obviously I was overweight. I've always been overweight, but like early on, like in elementary, like it's easy to pick on someone because of that. And then eventually I started becoming a bully because like that's the usual path. Like you've been bullied, you eventually become a bully. So middle school, I went through that. And it wasn't until some of my friends were like making fun of someone and they made them cry. Like once like that stuff started happening, I'm like, okay, we're no longer having fun as like a group of guys. Like now we're like actually hurting someone else. And like I
like,
always
this
had
no longer went from fun.
yes, it's now it's guilt. Like it's no longer fun.
Yeah.
Like this is not teasing someone. This is like legit hurting someone for who they are. And like that really changed my mentality. Like, okay, like why am I joining this where I know how it feels being bullied? And like to that point, like it kind of changed me. Like, okay, you know what? I want to understand these people. Like I want to understand why they're different. And it, again, just be different doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means you're different.
It just means that you believe in something else. You
Yeah,
know?
because sometimes there's kids who are legitimately weird. Like they're socially awkward. They
And
behave.
that's like not even their fault. It's just the way they were raised. You know.
Yeah, that's the other part where I was going to go to where there was people in high school who I disliked because they were annoying. They were legit, like they were annoying people. Like they're just awful people. But once I would like learn about their backstory, like what happened to them, I'd be like, oh, so that's why.
Now that answers a lot of questions.
Yeah, and that's just a lot of questions because again, if you're from a small town, people's parents know each other, and so like once like I heard like the backstory of certain kids were like they were also annoying and like they were like awful people. Once they're like so like okay, their parents didn't like them, they like gave them away or whatever. Like you start learning like okay, that's why they're like that. They want attention because they didn't have it at home.
Yeah, it's like they want that what they crave. You
Yeah,
know?
they want what they didn't have, what they crave.
Yeah, like it's just that's why I prefer being alone. Like I don't need attention,
Yeah,
but like I want my music to have attention. Like I want people to like love the music.
yeah,
Like the reason I go crazy is like not only just to let my problems out, but because the music drives me crazy. Like it gets me to a point where it's like it's euphoric. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's ethereal to me. Like it's awesome. Like the music drives me mad. Like to the point where I'm dancing like uncontrollably or running across the stage. Like I'm not doing it for attention. I'm doing it because I genuinely can't
you
control
genuinely
it.
love it, and it so happens to give you attention.
Yeah, and I love the fact that like because I mean there's like it all started with like my major influences like Pink Floyd, Kid or what's his name, Steely Dan, Black Sabbath. Like I had a lot of influence from like jazz, blues oriented things, and just hearing the soul in their music and hearing their lyrics kind of like made me be like, I want to make something that beautiful. And when I started making something that beautiful, I was like, I want to share this with people, just like how like Pink Floyd, Steely Dan,
However they did it, yeah.
yeah, and like inspire, you know, and like not really inspire, but comfort. Because like there's some songs like, you know, Head in the Ceiling Fan by Title Fight.
No.
You should check out that song. There's a song by Title Fight, and it just like the lyrics kind of you can't relate to them, but the way he sings them makes you feel at home. Like there's no way I can explain it. Like it just makes you feel home. It makes you feel whole again. Like it reminds me of like nostalgia, which is exactly what they're going for. But
Yeah.
like I love the feeling of like sharing my music with others, seeing them smile or dance. Like it brings such like a spark to my heart because it's like, man, like the fact that people used to make me do this, now I'm making people do this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful. Yeah, like even though like I don't have anything creative yet, like I think that has sometimes occurred with the podcast where like sometimes like there's been kids in the scene where like, oh my god, it's Joe Martin, and like they get excited over the idea of having a podcast with me. And to me, it's kind of weird because like to me, it's just a conversation, but like for other people, like this could like help them out or somewhere. Like it's always been like in service of others. And so like whenever they get this joy of like being interviewed, ask these questions, like talk about their backstories, like they're being heard, like that brings me joy because I'm like, okay, I'm helping you out, promote your stuff, but like also like you're being heard and you're telling your story.
Like I wanted this so bad just because I wanted to talk to you again. Cause like with Blam we talked and everything,
Yeah.
but it was kind of like with everyone, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted it one-on-one. I wanted to just see where this would lead. Like, I haven't even mentioned where my music is or anything.
Yeah.
And we've had the best conversation I've had all week.
And I think it's better because like we don't have to talk, we just be talking about music.
And it comes out naturally. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to be faked. Like, now you may say your socials here and this and this and this.
Yeah,
like,
that part that has to happen, but towards the end, just like the promo.
Oh, man.
No, but I mean that stuff does have to be like asked towards the end, like
You're
where
never,
can we find your music?
you're never going to get that out of me. You're never going to get that out of me.
Oh shit! I thought I heard something. Oh shit!
The chupacabra with a gun, dude.
Like us in the background.
With a gun. Doing organized crimes.
Oh my god! And that has happened here too, surprisingly. Because like I always say, like I remember the guy who robbed the store here in Stripes.
Dude, yeah.
That's what this what surprises me because I'm like, we live so far away from the highway or the expressway, whatever you want to call it. Like, there's less crimes because there's less access to be like driving around to the big cities.
Yeah.
Here, like it's in the middle of nowhere. Yet someone was with an AK-47, literally robbing the Stripes in Santa Rosa.
Dude, that was crazy.
A robbery in La Villa and Sebastian.
I heard it because I was like, my friend was like, yeah, I was at Stripes and some guy walked in with a gun.
Oh shit, he was actually there.
He was there.
Oh.
And he was like, dude, he was like, the police pulled up and he just took off.
And they still haven't caught him.
I know, dude. It's scary, dude, because he's still out there. He could be in the fucking bushes over there, dude.
And it's like these are like rural areas, so like crime hardly happens because there's not like a big population.
Yeah.
And everybody knows each other, so like there's like high trust.
So it's like it could be any one of us. It's like it's like fucking.
Have you ever seen the
Thing?
The Thing?
Yeah.
That one and also the other one, the one with the pods.
Oh, Alien?
No. The ones for the pod, like there's like plant aliens that take over people's bodies.
Yeah, Alien.
It's not aliens.
Prometheus?
No, it's what's it called? Fuck. It's because like what happens in that movie where a scene like when you fall asleep, the scene takes over your body and it makes a clone of you, and like it eventually takes over all the people.
I know what you're talking about.
It's not Encounter of the Third Kind. What is it? Because the Thing is definitely the same thing where like they try to figure out who the alien is.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that. Like I know I've known you all my life, but like it could be you.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what.
There you go. That's exactly like.
Yeah, like both of those things, the Thing and Invasion. Yeah,
Honestly,
like who's the real person, who's not, who's the alien.
That's one of my favorite horror movies. The Thing.
Thing.
Like The Thing, Alien, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what's crazy?
What?
In the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based off Ed Gein, the serial killer, right?
Yeah.
He never used a chainsaw.
Yeah.
I was like, and he's also not from Texas.
Yeah, he's from like Louisiana or what is it?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, but he did do all like the cannibalistic shit and like the face wearing shit.
Yeah, I had a friend. He said that his either his uncle or someone like one of his relatives worked at the prison where they had him, and that he was just like some fat guy, some fat white guy.
Some fat white guy.
That's what he said. Like like he didn't actually like kill people with chainsaws. It was just he was a murderer, but like it wasn't like the movies.
It wasn't that crazy.
Yeah.
They had to glorify it.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, those movies were fucking crazy. Like, at the end of the fucking first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, whenever they get away and he's just in the road with the chainsaw in the air.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite scenes ever. Or that, or the fucking part, dude, whenever she goes into like his basement to see what's in there.
Yeah.
Or I think it was a guy, I don't remember who, but hits him in the head with a mallet. Dude, I love horror movies.
Same.
Like, inside we have a bunch of fucking collectibles of like alien figures. We have like Leatherface posters, alien posters. I'm a big sci-fi nerd.
Same, yeah.
Like I love all the alien movies, Prometheus, The Thing. Like I love Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
I fucking love Star Wars so much. Like, it's not even funny. If you go to my room right now, there's like fucking 15. Like you can Star Wars start like it's that
Yeah.
fucking simple. Nah, dude, but like I don't know. I just love how people like their minds work. Have you seen the grave of the guy who made Alien?
Nah.
Like the artwork, they made it look like the pods and shit. Like it's cool.
Oh shit.
I have to show you sometime. The
Yeah,
fucking
because sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, it's like the reason why I love horror films is because yes, it's like spooky and it kicks up your adrenaline, but also it speaks about like the fears of that society. So like for us, it was like the invention of the body snatchers. Which one was it, the one you mentioned? The one? Which is the one you mentioned? The Thing, because there was like the Red Scare here in the U.S. where like you don't know who the communists are, like they're taking over America. So like these movies are an artful way of showing that fear, where like you don't know who the commies are, like what if they're taking over our government?
Yeah.
For someone like in Japan, like the obvious one is Godzilla, because they have that fear of nuclear threat, except for what happened to them in World War II.
It's cool
So
because
the-
like these horror movies, they're not just horror movies. They're
it's-
kind of
it's-
like
it's showing the fear of that society. Yeah,
like it's just so it's crazy, but it's very creative.
mm-hmm.
Like I think another good horror movie you should watch. Man, that's a hard. I thought that was Predator.
Yeah, it's something like
What?
yeah. We
Dude,
need Arnold over here.
dude,
Start
no,
putting some mud.
I love like the Predator movies too.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Predator versus Alien, or Alien versus Predator. That was a good ass series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big comic book guy too.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
I actually have a comic. I was showing a guy at a fucking. He was vending at like a show,
Mm-hmm.
and he was selling comic books, and he's like, "Oh, I just sold one of these comics," and I had it, and I was like, "Oh, I have that comic, dude," and he's like, "Dude, how much do I have to pay to get that comic from you?" I was like, "Are you serious? Is that good?" He's like, "Yes, I'm serious," and I was like, "I'll be real with you. How much do you think it's worth?" He's like, I can't put a price on it, dude." And I was like, "All
Oh,
right."
I
Then.
can.
I was like, "Dude, then I'm keeping it."
Yeah.
And I have it in my fucking drawer.
Which one is it?
It's a Star Wars comic. I can't tell you off the top of my mind,
Mm-hmm.
but I've read it like 2 times.
What's it about?
It's about like whenever they fucking. I could bring it out. I can bring it out right
You
now.
want to? Yeah.
I'm feeling getting up though.
Yeah. Just talk about it.
I'll be real. I don't remember.
You know.
I was gonna explain it in full detail. I was gonna go off, but I haven't read it in a while. Because I've only read it twice.
Yeah.
I read it when I first got it, which was like last year.
Is it like based on the prequels, the sequels, or like
The
the current-
original.
the original trilogy?
The original trilogy. Yeah, because it has Luke, and it has like I think it was never. It takes place in Return of the Jedi, sometime around there,
During that time or like before or after?
like during it,
Okay, during it.
because like you can see Luke in his black cloak, you
Yeah.
know, and his green lightsaber, and like you also see Leia in her outfit
Mm-hmm.
that she wore in the fucking movie. Dude, George Lucas is weird, man. He told Leia that she couldn't wear underwear that entire.
Oh yeah, they're like weird rules.
Yeah, because he was like, because it doesn't make you as like flexible and stuff, and it's like, doesn't make any sense.
He's a very creative person. Like when it comes to like creating worlds, but like he needs to be held back by like other creative people who like know what to do. Like when it comes to the movies, he's great at world building, choosing alien designs and all. Because it's like the behind the scenes where like that one, no.
Yeah,
But like when it comes to like making the story like for actual movies, like no, get somebody else.
yeah, dude. Honestly, like, have you seen all the Star Wars movies or no?
All of them.
Which is your favorite movie?
I know it's like the basic answer, but Empire Strikes Back for the original trilogy. For the prequels, it's the last one. I forgot what it's called.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
I like Phantom Menace,
hmm
and for the last one, I like Return of the Jedi.
Once I got older, I started liking like the Phantom Menace only because like, the politics behind it,
Yeah,
because it was very based on what was happening in the U.S.
dude. Yeah, and that and like it's a big intro for a lot of characters. Like you got fucking Darth Maul who came out.
Yeah.
Darth Maul, and he was the one. Honestly, they're all kind of like named wrong.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I saw like a video where a guy explained it, and he's like, they're all named wrong, and it made sense. Like Revenge of the Sith would be the first movie,
Yeah.
like title, because that's whenever the Sith came back. Darth Maul went and he landed the first blow and everything.
hmm
I don't know.
Yeah. I think I've seen the video where like he changes like all the titles for all the movies, and it's like what they make sense. Yeah.
And also, like, dude, one thing I can do, like, I used to stay up till like fucking 5 a.m. watching these videos. Star Wars comic book, like, like explanations. Like, they'd read the comic and then explain like what it meant. And like, there's one where it's like, somebody asked like Darth Vader if he wanted to dance with them with like a ball because it's like their tradition, and he just like lifted her up in the air and like threw her.
Oh my god.
Nah, but like I read most of the comics mostly through like videos.
Yeah,
Just had them-
the video essays.
Yeah, the video, dude, they come in so handy.
Same. Yeah.
And honestly, like, I'm not a big superhero guy.
The only ones I seen recently was the Marvel Zombies, just because like I was curious about that.
Marvel Zombies?
Yeah,
I heard about that.
where like supposedly like a zombie outbreak happens and like different characters become zombified and they travel through like different dimensions and so much shit. I'm like, it's cool and interesting, but at the same time, I'm like kind of like fuck, like if we had superheroes and they were zombies, where everybody's fucked.
There's a series from DC called Deceased,
Yeah,
which is cool. And they have a certain comic that comes in a bag, a coroner's bag.
yeah,
And it's just a little plastic bag, but it has like a design on it and everything. It's like a coroner's bag. And I wanted to get it. And the inside of the comic, I think it's like Wonder Woman as a zombie.
oh shit,
And it's really cool. Like,
Yeah.
like honestly, I wanted that comic and I wanted to open it, but I was like, the comic was like $50, dude. They had Doom, $20.99. I'll be real with you. I don't see all the hype about the new Spider-Man movie.
the new one, the
Into the Spider-Verse, or
yeah, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but I kind of don't see the hype.
Same. Yeah, because it's always on TikTok.
Anyway,
Did you bring us anything? But like, yeah, I always see it on TikTok like the canon events.
dude, and then like honestly, when people overpost shit, I don't want to watch it. Like with Stranger Things, I haven't seen the new like the season.
Oh, shit.
The last season. I watched all Stranger Things and I thought it was good. And then they started overposting it and like just everyone kept making it cringy and I was like, I don't want to watch it.
I do that when I haven't seen a series. So like when people talked about what was it? Like an anime, it was like One Piece. Like people was like, oh, you gotta watch One Piece.
Dude,
and then
One
I said
Piece
how many
never
like
ends.
how many seasons and episodes. I'm like, no. Another one was The Walking Dead. Be like, oh man, you gotta watch The Walking Dead. I'm like,
At that point, okay, I'll be honest with you, after like the 7th season, it made no sense.
oh shit.
Like at first it's like there's zombies and I just got up from a coma.
Yeah.
And shit's happening right now. And then by the 7th season it's like, dude, we have a whole civilization and we're running a government off of like zombie skin. Or like
Yeah. There was that, the Game of Thrones as well.
Game of Thrones is actually pretty good. Like that's one series I don't think I could get bored of.
Yeah.
That series, fucking regular show. If you don't like regular show, something's wrong with you. It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I have seen parts of it, not all of it, but I need to see more episodes.
I'm waiting for the new season to come out. I don't know if it's already out or I need to watch it.
Yeah.
I fucking love It's Always Sunny.
The ones actually like I actually gave in because they were already done and they were good series was Breaking Bad. Because
That series, honestly,
it's not long. It's already done and everything's like it's
and the story is honestly so like it's gold.
yeah.
Like a chemistry teacher becomes a drug dealer, or he becomes like he just creates drugs, creates
Yeah.
meth, and it's just a good ass like thing. And what's cool is that with a lot of shows they have filler episodes,
Yeah.
like just random episodes. Like today, Walter White's gonna take a shit or
Yeah.
something, and then he gets like followers and like no, like every episode moves the story along.
Yeah, the only exception is The Fly.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
that. Where he just tries to it's because I don't think they had like enough budget.
Yeah, some
And-
episodes they used to do that, yeah.
And they just stayed inside the one room trying to catch a fly. And I remember after that episode, I was like, dude, I fucking hate Breaking Bad. And then I was like, I'll give it a try. I gotta finish it anyways. You gotta try. I fell in love with the end and everything.
Yeah.
And then I watched El Camino. Dude,
Yeah. It continues the story. It's
that
cool.
was probably one of the saddest movies I've ever seen in my life. I feel bad for Jesse. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Having to start holding life.
Don't spoil it, dude. You can't spoil it.
That's not spoiling it. I don't see what happens in the movie, but like if
But
people seen Breaking Bad, they know what happens to that Jesse has to know.
Well, no, but what if people who are like, damn, I want to see Breaking Bad now?
Yeah, but it's not a spoiler.
Or what if they've seen like half of the series and then like,
But like they know that he's the start of a new life. Like they hit it so many
okay.
times because of the car guy, the vacuum guy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So like it's already hinted like you can leave and change your identity.
When I think about that in like in real life, like people actually do that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy. It's like, damn, I don't think I could pick up and leave off like anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
Like-
it happens like with that kind of stuff, and also like in real life with the government, where like you're a mafia person and like, oh, we gotta move you somewhere else because if they find you, that's it.
what is it called? Like, identity protection or some shit.
Yeah, witness protection.
There you go, witness protection program. Yeah, they fucking do that shit. It's like, dude, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can like change my name, change my identity. Like,
Everything.
I'm just too much of me, man. Too much me.
Too much. That'd be weird or freaky.
Like thinking about it, like when murderers kill someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, they go to prison and they escape. It's like you have no life.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do shit. Someone sees you in public, you're already all over the news. Like if Jeffrey Dahmer were to escape prison,
Yeah.
everyone knows who he is. No one can save him. It's like even people who are really fucked up think he's fucked up. So it's like no one's gonna cover for your ass, man.
Yeah.
And you basically have no place in this world other than prison.
Yeah. Unless like you move somewhere where like not many people care,
True. Yeah.
and that would be, like that's still hard, but like it's possible.
That's also another thing I'm really into, like serial killers. Like, not like
No. It's
like I like seeing like where the hell they went wrong. Like, what made them feel this way? What made them like?
Mhm.
It's weird. Like, and then also seeing the way they've killed people. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah, because they have their own like methods on the reasons why they do that.
Yeah.
They do their killings a certain way.
like Jeffrey Dahmer with the barrel.
Yeah.
He did that so that way the smell would be contained, and then like also the bodies would not be found. But it's like it's crazy. It's like I don't know how you could do that shit. Like he could look at himself in the mirror every single day, knowing that he did that.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Like if I killed one person, I'd be like, I killed somebody, man.
Even just like hitting someone by accidents.
Dude, no, because that's if like someone can come to me and drop like a hot bowl of soup on me,
Yeah.
burn the crap out of me, and I'll be the one apologizing. Like, I'll be like, I'm sorry, I was in the way, man. I'm sorry. And like, I'm just like, yeah,
Nah, I get aggressive.
nah, I can't, dude. I only get aggressive if I know I'm in the right.
Yeah.
Like that's when because then like if I look like an asshole if I'm fighting the wrong fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's funny though. Like, I don't know, but like serial killers really fucking like they pique my interest because it's like, what are they thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never been so angry where I'm like, I want to kill someone.
But
you know?
that's the thing. Like they like that certain thing in their brain where
Then again, they also have like trauma too.
yeah.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, his parents did really fuck him up, you know, with the divorce and they're arguing and shit. But his dad was the one that introduced him to like preserving animal bones and demeating them and shit.
Yeah.
And that's where like Jeffrey Dahmer found his interest and wanted to do it with human bodies. And then it became an obsession.
Yeah.
What? This guy finishing my own sandwiches or what?
Yeah. We have a connection now.
We're on the same wavelength.
We're the same way. Yeah, we're the same wavelength.
Me and Joe are one. We're Joe Moreno. What?
Joe Moreno.
Nah, but like there's certain things like that they do, dude. It fucking like where they've almost gotten caught or like someone's almost gotten killed and they have a
Yeah.
story.
And they get away with it.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
That's always the interesting ones where they get away with it, and then two, when a victim actually survives.
Like and that's crazy because like you can never live the same after that.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing like some shit almost happened to you.
Yeah. Especially like it was part of a bigger discussion where like everybody knows about that killer.
And it even sucks worse because like all the people in the courtroom like during Jeffrey Dahmer's trial, like they had to see the pictures and they had to see everything.
All the evidence.
Yeah, and it's like after because I think like they said like after that day like they had to all seek therapy, and like that what's it called? Actually, have you seen the pictures, the Polaroids?
I never seen them.
Oh my god, I looked it up because it's like public information on like some website. You can look them up, dude. They are fucking crazy. There's like one like a guy laying on a bed, and he's just like laying back, and it's cut off, and like it's bad.
That's the thing I noticed about myself. Back then, like me and my friends, like we would go to like gore websites, and we'd see like a lot of fucked up shit, like people actually dying.
I can't watch videos.
And now I can't.
Dude, no, I can't. Like,
I'm like, oh my god, look at that guy get run over. Like,
I can't watch shit like that. Like, I know friends that like they're like, I watch that shit while I eat dinner. It's like, bro, what the hell's your problem? I'm
Yeah, but
like,
here's the thing: you get desensitized because you don't get to that point. You start off like light stuff, like, oh, someone got run over, and then like you start getting you go down a rabbit hole. Eventually, like you see someone get decapitated, like, oh wow,
no, dude, I started off bad because one time my friend, he was like, bro, look at this cool video I found, and I didn't know what it was. He was just like,
Yeah.
look at this cool video, and I opened it. Some guy like shot himself, and I was like, dude, worst way you could have
Yeah.
ever even like shown me anything, and like I'd never seen anything like that in my life, and I remember that night I couldn't sleep. I was like, damn, that's fucking horrible.
yeah,
Like, I don't watch them because I want to. I'm just more or less like, bro, that's fucking crazy. Like, when have you ever seen like a human body like dead?
yeah,
Never, you know. And it's not like I don't want to, but it's like it's crazy, you know.
yeah. It's a person. They're gone.
Like the thought of seeing like a dead body like right here, just in front of us, is a crazy thought.
Imagine-
What? Just it's just been up there.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the first one I saw was where some politician like shot himself in the head. He walks to that podium and like, oh, I'm sorry about this and that, and then he takes out like a brown bag and then he takes out a gun and he shoots himself. And it was like one of the first deaths like on camera or whatever.
Dude, yeah, because like I know like a lot of people, they can watch that shit all day.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
Like
no.
I have a weak ass stomach. Like I know my friend was like, oh yeah, I do the fucking challenges. I'm like, what do you mean challenges? He's like, well, there's one where like there's like 30 videos and you have to watch all 30
Oh, hell no.
you have to watch 30 videos and they each get worse and worse and worse. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I just hear some noises over there. But all right, let's go.
But he was like, you have to watch all 30 videos and you can't close the browser until you watch all
Oh.
all 30. And it's like, bro, why would you even want to put yourself through that? And like people, like hearing the things that he used to tell me, like people can be really fucked up, man.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Like you want to think that most people are like the worst you can do is like beat up somebody. Like you think that's the worst people can be doing to each other. Like no,
like
there's
honestly,
legitimately like really bad people out there who
like
are
dude,
demented.
like honestly, horrible things. Like I've never heard of any of the shit like they've done until like my friend like would tell me like, oh yeah, I saw a video where a guy did this and this and this and this. Like it's horrible. Like
Yeah.
I feel bad for the people that are going through that. Like it's sad, you know. Just
Mhm.
seeing that like our society kind of sees shit like that interesting.
Yeah. I will admit, the videos I do watch once in a while are car crashes.
I can't watch any of them. I'm just like,
Sometimes I do just because like it's so weird that like if we just follow certain rules on the road, follow certain painted lines, you'll live a good safe life. Like there's nothing wrong with me on the road. But the moment that people just don't pay attention to signs, all it takes is just one moment for someone to fuck up and then you're dead or something crazy happens.
like, yeah, it's crazy, man. Like
Yeah.
honestly, it's like I don't know. I guess the thought of like a human life being taken is like so serious to me. It's
Mhm.
like, that's horrible.
Yeah. That part's the fucked up part, but I guess with the cars, it's just that you just see cars like flipping around or spinning. So it's kind of like funny because you think about like NASCAR, but like at the end of the day, like someone's life is a danger. But like when you just see cars like spinning
know.
around, it's kind of like, oh shit.
I've seen like cars flip and shit and like do the worst, explode and catch fire, and then like people walk out fine.
Yeah, that's,
like,
they
how?
always survive. Yeah.
But then there's some where like it's super bad.
Yeah. Next to someone where there was like a guy on a motorcycle, he kicks the car like goes back to him because someone was like cutting the other person off. The car goes like that. The guy like actually breaks on time, so like he didn't get hit. The car hits the sidewall of the highway. Then it goes the other way, hits a key and it flips over. No one got hurt. Like everybody survived. I'm like, what the hell? Like it's wild.
That's like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I can't watch stuff like that. Like, I mean, of course, like it's crazy seeing stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's not something like I would want to see, but if it like showed up in front of me, I'm like, it's
Yeah,
weird.
to me, it's just like you gotta be careful. Like, always pay attention to the road because everybody just drives, and people think like, "Oh, just driving." Like, no, like you gotta be sure that you're
Like,
paying
'cause,
attention
like-
to everything.
Because like you could be a safe driver.
Yeah, but other people,
Yeah, it won't be. You
Yeah.
can't be too trusting.
yeah,
Stay
Yeah,
safe. Don't drink and drive.
yeah. Like I always have those thoughts because like it was probably before the pandemic even happened. I remember saying to my mom like, "Isn't it weird that like as a society we just don't rob a store, we just follow the painted painted lines on the road." they each have their own meaning, and we just follow it. But at any moment, if something goes wrong, we go crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with the pandemic, where people were like buying like a bunch of like toilet paper.
Dude, that was crazy. I'm
Ransacking
like, where the fuck did you think? Like, where did you hear that we need toilet paper?
Yeah, of all
Like,
things.
where did that start? Like, someone was like, "Dude, COVID's gonna hit, bro. COVID's gonna hit hard.
Yeah.
You need toilet paper."
Of all things, toilet paper. It's not food or anything.
Right.
The first thing was to go is like toilet paper
And then the gas too.
oh yeah,
People would stock up on gas. I'm like, bro, you're not fucking like you're not all gonna die if you don't have gas and toilet paper. You're gonna like stop freaking out. Like when I I remember because I lived in
it's happened multiple times here in the valley.
in San Antonio, dude. Fucking people would I was in San Antonio for this. People would fucking like I would see them take like the jerry cans
Yeah,
and fucking fill up like 3 of them full of gas. Whenever gas was cheap, dude. Nowadays, you try and do that shit,
hell no.
you're paying a fortune.
I saw that in the during the pandemic as well, where instead of that, like they would bring a truck, like a big truck. In the back would be like a giant container, and they would just fill it up. Yeah,
What?
it was like I don't know how many gallons it was because, like they see like the truck, it would probably be like from the size from one side to the other, and like the height of that thing, like the toolbox, and they would just like
Bruh.
fill it up with gas.
That's insane. I could, dude, because that's a fortune right there.
Yeah, it's a fortune, but like I guess they believe that like things were getting really bad, and you know what? Maybe at one point it could have been right where maybe people don't go crazy, and I don't know, but it's still kind of crazy. Like oh shit, like
People thought that.
yeah.
People freaked out over like a
The
disease.
one time where it was
Because
good-
it was pretty bad.
yeah, the one time where I do agree they was okay doing that was when the freeze happened
Yeah.
because everything was off, like the lights were off.
You need gas, dude. You know,
You need gas.
for generators and shit. And
Yeah.
You need food. You need toilet paper. You need everything you can get.
And I remember our town was like one of the only like gas stations that was working. Because I'm like, I don't know how Stripes still had like electricity in La Villa. And all the cars from everywhere from like West Laco, Elsa, I guess here too, and other parts of like they were all going to La Villa and they formed like a long line. And I remember the first time I was so freaked out because I'm like, again, our population's really small, like it's not a lot of people. And seeing all these cars just lined
It's
up.
probably like half the valley.
Yeah. Because not again, all the lights were off everywhere because of the freeze. And instead of waiting in line, I know that there's like another entrance to the side. So me and my sister, because I was low on gas, I'm like, you know what? Let's go through this side. So we went through this side and we cut in line and we just filled up. And the car behind it was like honking like and I'm like, and in that time, like you're thinking about your own survival. So I'm like, no, fuck you. Like if it was us behind you, you would not be stopping for the person behind you. Because you get that mentality where you go in survival mode. Like it's no longer about other people. It's
About you.
you and your family. It's like I filled the tank up. I'm like, you know what? I don't care you're honking. There's no way you would stop for me.
It's like, so like, because in that moment of fear, you're not caring about anyone else but you and your
family, and that's it. And it's like that's all it takes.
Like,
Just to be like something going wrong with something not functioning correctly that can make people go crazy.
dude, honestly, fear is such a crazy emotion.
It is.
It can make you do things you never expect. Like,
Good and bad, yeah.
yeah, like serial killer could get away with a murder and like he's doing fine, right?
Mhm.
One little hint to like someone even like just coincidentally like notices something, right? He puts himself in prison.
Yeah.
And like even with that, like I could be scared like something bad's gonna happen and I'm gonna lose my mind, you know? Like I'll go crazy just believing it. Dude, like the other fucking we just moved into this fucking house
Yeah.
like the beginning of this month and I've been sleeping in my room. I sleep with the fan on, everything, you know. It's not that loud, so I can hear everything.
Mhm.
And I thought I kept hearing footsteps in the attic.
Oh shit.
Like, and I was genuinely believing it, right? So when my friend came over, I was like, bro, I have a proposition. I'll pay you $20 if you help me go into the attic and like fucking see if there's anything up there.
Mhm.
If we pulled fucking bags down, there was nothing. There was just like wedding shit up there. And there was nothing up there. And I was just like, dude, like fear made me want to do that. Like fear made me want to check because
To calm yourself down, yeah.
yeah, because like if not, I was going to keep going crazy about it for as long as I lived here.
That's the thing, like even when you have fear, like you start seeing stuff and you start hearing stuff.
It's because, dude, I've heard stories of like people squatting in the attic while the family still lives there.
Yeah.
And like they sneak out at night to get food and shit.
Oh fuck.
Like it's crazy. Like people will be like, oh yeah, I noticed my fucking yogurt was missing, and then they find it in the attic. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Russian sleep project?
Yeah.
Like, you know the picture, right, of the guy? That's what I think of when people are in the attic. Like that's what I think of. Like I'm gonna walk up there and fucking shine a flashlight and that shit.
Dude, that's
How long have we been talking for?
I don't know.
Well-
It's hard. You could check the camera. Check behind it you want.
Let me go see. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get a little.
It's actually like been like one of the best conversations I had in a while. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
for it. I'm like, damn, this is great.
2 hours and 28 minutes. Oh my god. This is almost longer than Blam.
Yeah,
And that's because there was 4 guys talking.
yeah. That was 4 people talking about
God damn.
skinwalkers and all that shit.
There's gonna be comments that like, shut the fuck up already.
Like, if they
What-
make it that long,
What are you going on about, dude?
yeah, talking about nothing.
Trying to hit 3 hours or what?
Sure, whatever you want to make it.
Let's hit 3 hours and then we'll call it a night.
Sounds good.
What time is it right now?
Cause it's the weekend. I mean, I have nothing going on.
Yeah, dude, I'm chilling. It's really like 10:30.
2:38. Yeah,
Yeah, I want this to be a good long episode for anyone who enjoys the talking,
yeah.
and not the people who are like hating on me. Like, shut up already. This video's gonna take like 3 years to fucking upload.
No, yeah, that's the one part like where some people ask like why the podcast takes so long is because one thing like it's not just me, it's also my audio producer and like Adrian from Creative Cave.
Yeah.
Very busy guy because like a bunch of banter going towards him and like when it comes to like doing a song versus a podcast, like it's such a like long time because when you're doing a production, obviously it takes time just mixing it.
Yeah.
When it comes to exporting an audio file or especially like a big file like this, it takes just as long as the clip itself. So let's say it takes 3 hours. This podcast is 3 hours. It's gonna take him 3 hours to like process through it, or maybe 2 hours.
Like to go through and find all the fucking
Yeah,
the indiscrepancies.
that too.
Yeah.
Fixing it up is like a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
Exporting it is a whole other ordeal. So like
It takes a good minute.
it takes a good 2 hours. So like within that time, he could like kick out like a bunch of songs.
Yeah.
So like sometimes it makes more sense for him to like just do some songs and then focus on the podcast. So
yeah.
it takes a lower priority, but it makes sense because of the effort and time it takes.
Yeah, because like you can have that running out in the background, do some other shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that's working itself out in the background, and then you have this to. Is that like bird shit or something?
I think so.
I hope not. That was really close to my head.
No, it was a plastic thing.
There's a predator in the trees.
I don't know. You can see like the yeah.
Just fucking, you just see like the smart disc. Nah, but like, now I guess we'll actually get to the nitty gritty music side.
Sure.
So I guess like when it comes to music,
Yeah.
I fucking like, I love space.
Space. Yeah. Same. I always love space and synths. So,
Like-
David Bowie's like a big one.
Dude, yeah, fucking Space Oddity, Starman, like fucking
Yeah.
Ziggy Stardust, like
And the last one that I like was Lazarus. That's also well, it's not really spacey, but it's more like death.
Yeah.
But like still.
that's really cool though. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
That's fucking awesome.
Have you heard the song or no? Lazarus.
I feel like I have. It sounds very like very familiar.
That one, like the music video, is so weird because like people feel like he knew he was gonna die, but he didn't. But like that music video feels like it's like a goodbye to his fans.
That was kind of like with Mac Miller.
Mm.
There's a song I forgot what it's called. But he says a lyric like, might wake up the next day and overdose or
Yeah.
something like that, and then that's exactly how he died. It's like damn, that shit's sad.
Mm.
Like he knew. You ever listen to an artist that's like, they're passed away, right?
Mm.
And like you ever think like, damn, like you're listening to them, but you know they're dead.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. Like with fucking like Rush, like you're hearing the drumming of Neil Peart,
Yeah.
but you like he's not there, you know. Honestly, like if I had a band and became like super successful, well known, and then like one of the members died, I'd probably like not continue the band.
Mm. Yeah, because some people they have that option whether they should continue or not.
Yeah, like with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it his son that's drumming for them now?
Yeah, I think no, they got somebody else.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
They made like a whole announcement where they would have like different like famous drummers come into the shot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I honestly I couldn't do that if I was like fucking. I just couldn't do that, you know. It's not right to
Yeah.
me.
I
Like
guess it's just for the fans. That's why.
like I guess like I'd try like another project, but I wouldn't want to continue that because it's like something I hold dear to me.
Yeah. So what happened with wasn't it with Joy Division and some other band New World Order or whatever? Where, like some people passed away and like they made a new band, but then the lead singer passed away or something like that. Like I don't know.
I know there's a band I used to like. I think they're super good, but the band is cursed. Like they're called Badfinger. They're a lot like really inspired by the Beatles.
Badfinger. So this sounds familiar.
But they're really inspired by the Beatles, right? And like when they were just gaining popularity and stuff, the singer, like the guy who they had like signed a recording contract with,
Yeah.
screwed them over and took all his money, and he had a baby on the way and everything.
Oh.
And his wife was like super stressed out, and he ended up taking his own life. And then the drummer had a brain aneurysm, and then the other one saw this happening and took his own life as well. And so the only one remaining is Pete. No, not Pete. Forgot his name, but
I'm gonna fix the pillow.
but he's the only surviving member. Like he's the only one
That would
chilling.
be scary. Like having all your bandmates pass away and you're just there.
And that's because y'all are close. It's like if fucking like I was super close to 3 guys and then they all just die.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I just outlived all of them.
And yeah, like the Beatles, kind of like the Beatles too, where 2 of them are dead and then.
One of them is just 2 of them are just chilling right now. How is Paul McCartney still alive, dude? He looks so rotted.
I listened to like some of his performances and
It's not the same.
nah, his voice.
Just retired, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, not because like I hate you or anything. Like I love the Beatles. I have fucking a bunch of their shit on vinyl. But
Like I wonder how it is just living up to that age and you're just like, you've seen so much in your life and you're just tired and
like
people still want you to perform.
Like he doesn't need the money. If you look up fucking the richest musician in the world, Paul McCartney. Like if you look up the most famous band in the world, it's gonna be the Beatles. Like everyone knows them, right? But like, why keep going, dude? Like, I mean, I probably would be the same way, like do music till I die.
Yeah.
But I mean, he doesn't really need to.
Yeah. It's passion at that point. I mean.
Yeah. Like that's the only way I could see it. If he says like, "Oh, I'm doing it for the money," like
That are like Queen.
yeah,
They continued on without fretting.
yeah. Which I don't really like that
Yeah.
because they have a new singer. I don't like him.
What's his name? Adam Lambert.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a bad singer, but it's just not Freddie. You know, it's not the same.
That's where it gets interesting. We're like, okay, they see the band is continuing. Do you get someone similar to that person that was before or not? Because they went such a different route with Adam Lambert, but for a while people wanted the other guy, Mark, whatever his name is, to like continue with Queen, the guy who actually sings like Freddie Mercury. Have you seen him or no?
Yeah, dude. And then they also have fucking like with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Like he still makes music nowadays, but he hasn't changed up his recipe.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of kept that same like edgy kind of
darkness mentality. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it's cool. It was cool at first, but now it's kind of like, it's kind of overused.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I love, dude, I'm the biggest Ozzy fan you'll ever meet. I love Ozzy. I love Black Sabbath. Like, you can go to my room right now and I have fucking like 15 vinyls from like Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just kind of overused. Like the edginess. Like, I know Black Sabbath did like a reunited performance without, Bill Ward.
Rhodes, isn't it? Randy Rhodes, isn't it? Randy Rhodes, or the guy who passed away, or no?
That's what Ozzy's solo.
Oh, okay.
That was because they had Tony Iommi, Ozzy, Geezer, but they didn't have the drummer.
Oh, okay.
They had some like random like hippie. That's what he looked like to me. But like, it's not the same, you know. Like the atmosphere, the energy that they created before, like it's not the same. And it's like, I mean, I know what you're trying to achieve, but it doesn't hit as hard as it did.
Yeah.
Back in like 1970.
That's true. Like some bands, they can choose to keep doing the same formula over and over again, or they can do something different.
Because it works. It worked.
Yeah.
But like, it's not gonna work very long. Like you gotta change up your style, find something new, discover. You know.
Yeah, because some bands do evolve, some don't.
You ever heard of Masayoshi Takanaka?
The name sounds very familiar.
He's a Japanese guitarist.
Again, I know I heard the name before, but like, what happened? Or
well, he's like one of the coolest fucking dudes, like musicians I think I've ever seen. Like every song sounds different, and it's awesome to me. If you haven't, like, if you don't know who that is, you should check him out.
Yeah.
His name's Masayoshi Takanaka. but like he makes Brazilian like bossa nova jazz fusion, and it sounds crazy, but it's good as hell.
That's very popular in Japan. The jazz fusion.
Yeah, but it's for good reason. Like it hits hard.
You know, I was reading that they have like different chord progressions compared to what's used in the West over here.
Oh yeah, like
yeah,
because they kind of take like example from like people in their own culture, like kind of how we did,
yeah.
which is cool. I like that.
Because I know what was it? Because I was watching a video about different chords that are popular in Japan, and one of them for anime is a very famous chord. I forgot what it's called because we have our own like overused progressions or whatever.
Yeah.
And the one over there is the same progression for "Never Gonna Give You Up."
What?
Like whenever you listen to like anime music, it has the same chords.
That's cool. I know.
And that's why like it's very popish, very catchy, but it's something like very different but still popular. I don't know. It's interesting
Dude, that's
because I love like anime openings because they still like over there rock's still popular.
yeah.
They still have guitar solos and a bunch of other stuff.
Nowadays, that's actually kind of sad now when I think about it. Rock's not as relevant. Like,
Yeah,
relevant.
it's mostly R&B and rap, which again, whatever music speaks to the youth, it's based like on anger, like what actually expresses yourself. And right now it's R&B and rap.
I'll be real with you. I don't like nowadays rap. Like a lot of people are gonna fucking hate on me for that, but I have my reasons. Like, okay, like there's modern day rap, like rappers like NBA YoungBoy or like NLE Choppa.
Yeah.
Like I listen to them, right? I give them a shot. Not my type of music because they don't talk about real shit.
Yeah.
They talk about shit that they're living, but they're using it to flex on everyone else,
Yeah.
and I don't like that. Like
That's how I feel about country music. I love like old country music, but like the current like pop stuff.
it's not really good either. That just
Yeah.
doesn't really sound good. I'll be honest with you.
But
Like country music, like the new kind of.
no, yeah, because it's more like I understand like it's because like from what I've seen on TikTok as well, there's like a battle between like different country factions where like there's the Nashville section where they want to like separate away from country because country music I guess is popular, but it doesn't make a lot of music. It doesn't make a lot of sales compared to pop. So what they're trying to do is you have all these record machine like labels behind Nashville where they're trying to like expand to pop because pop makes a shit ton of money. Country music, you're catering to like blue collar people, and well, they don't have as much spending money.
Yeah.
So like they have those section, and there's like this alternative country where like no, we're going back to our roots. Like we're talking about like the problems actually going on with people's lives because if you listen to old country music, it's about everyday life struggles and all that stuff. Like you're telling the story.
stories, yeah.
Yeah, you're telling stories, and then this other stuff is like, oh, we're going out to the tailgate, we're cooking out and having beers and playing football and all that stuff. So like,
Real
yeah,
stuff you can relate
it's real
to.
stuff.
But
Same
like-
thing with rap. Yeah,
Yeah, like there's other shit. Like I don't like the overused fucking like lyrics though in country songs.
yeah.
Like beer,
Cold
women,
beer on a Friday night.
fucking
Yeah.
women, God, like
Yeah, you can tell it's not genuine. Like, it's like I don't have a problem with people using like faith or God or whatever, but you can tell when people are not like they don't mean it.
they're
It's
not
just
genuine. when what they're saying is just like rinse and repeat.
it's pandering.
Like one guy I fucking hate is what's his name? He made that one song. It's like I want to kill a little time with you.
Yeah, that's-
Oh, John Party.
Yeah,
I fucking hate him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anyone who likes John Party. I hate him, like with a passion.
Yeah.
Because his music's so ingenuine. Like nothing about his music is good. His voice sucks. I'm being dead honest. And I get it. Yeah, he's doing something right where he's a famous artist, but it's just not my style. Like it's
Yeah.
not genuine. Because he's just talking about alcohol, women, stuff like that, partying, and like it's not really realistic. A lot of people don't really live that shit. Like I like George Strait's, like
Yeah.
old country. Like nowadays, it's still pretty good. Like honestly, I don't really like country, but George Strait has some good shit. If you haven't heard, "Blame It on Mexico," or there's another one called, if I know it's called like "If You Think You Want a Stranger," but
yeah,
like the Texas waltz genre is pretty good. But like I was saying about like the whole rap thing, like they rap about like money and women.
basically flexing.
Yeah, and I can't like because not a lot of people live that life. Not a lot of people are able to, you know, and so like it sucks. But I like rappers who like they talk about where they're from, how they grew up, fucking the problems that they've dealt with. Like that's shit that hits me hard. Like people like Action Bronson or Benny the Butcher, like you should definitely check out like the whole Griselda like rap group. They're fucking good as shit. Fucking Arm and Hammer, fucking Mike. I'm forgetting one. Oh, Earl Sweatshirt. How could I fucking forget? Like they're all good rappers. They rap about like real shit, and it's something I can respect like down to my core. And like same thing with like rock. Like I don't like there's this like guy on like Instagram right now, and like his lyrics are like they're not good. Like,
Wait, who?
I don't know who it is.
Oh,
I forgot his fucking name. Like I genuinely because like his song's like I'm a 5'4" man.
oh, that, yeah,
I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah. It was like some kind of emo guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like he's not real emo. Like real emo is like fucking like modern baseball or like
No. Okay, so I actually saw a comment on. I saw about it. He actually is like that. Some girl commented saying that he was bullied in high school because he was always like that. That's genuinely him.
I can't stand that. And I understand why he's bullied.
Yeah,
I wouldn't join
so
in on
weird.
it. I wouldn't join in on it, but definitely
No, yeah.
not a good attitude to have. He's really ego. Like you can tell. I mean, he does speak about some real shit. Like
I didn't hear his music after I heard that. I'm like, I don't want this.
no, I didn't hear it, but like about like men wearing like men in drag, you know,
Yeah.
like shit like that. He does speak about that, but then like he kind of just makes fun of like I don't like the fact that he pokes at like people hurting themselves and shit.
Oh,
Like, cause
okay.
you're like, I'm a 5'4" man whore who slit his wrist.
Yeah.
And yet 500 kids think I'm the shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, not really something you should be flexing about.
And just because his voice, like you ever, okay, anybody who ever like sees that video, you look for it, he sounds like Weird Al.
He does.
And when I heard that, like I couldn't take him seriously. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. Like,
it's like it's mediocre as hell. Like, it's kind of disrespectful to the emo genre.
yeah.
Cause you have bands like fucking Hawthorne Heights. Oh my God. They're like up here, emo wise. Like,
Because it's like very popish, like light surface level pop, like emo pop.
yeah,
whatever.
like MGK type shit.
Yeah, it's very like light, like
Young Blood.
yeah, it's like surface level stuff.
Yeah. Like, I don't know much about Young Blood, so I can't really judge him. I don't know much about fucking, like, MG. You know, I know a lot about MGK and I don't like him. Like,
Yeah, basically it's like if you look at the Big Bang Theory, and like that's what people think nerds are, but they're not.
yeah.
Like it's like a very popish version
It's
of.
kind of like he's trying to be something he's not.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Like, it's not something
I just
like-
don't like his voice either. So I'm
like, honestly, I can't call myself, like, a punk. Because I mean, I listen to punk music, but it doesn't mean I'm a punk, you know?
yeah.
I can't call myself emo because I don't really listen to a lot of emo music. I just kind of listen to whatever. I can't call myself you know, like I don't know really where I stand. I kind of just stuck on a bit of everything. But I guess that's what makes me a random mix. Like I mean, with my music, it's just like sing out what I like. Space happens to be one of it.
For me, it's just been emotional music. Like it was like genuine feelings. Like I just
Yeah, like if it's something you can relate to, something that makes you feel some type of way,
Yeah.
I love it. You know.
what's been like your current like rotation or like your music you've been listening to lately?
Let me pull it up.
I'm gonna do the same thing right now.
Hold on. I think it's been a lot of like, let's see. I'm looking at my liked. Jazz, like, the song called "Romance" by Hiroshi Suzuki. Samba Pati. I don't know how to say it, but it's by Masayoshi Takanaka. Hey by the Pixies. You know, here, better yet, I'll just go to my Receiptify
Yeah.
to tell you what I've been
For
listening
my
to.
Spotify, it's been Just Like Heaven, The Cure,
Oh hell yeah,
The Ghost Girl by Shirley Temple. It's all down here from here, Riley.
dude, hell yeah.
I Wonder by Kanye West.
Honestly, I was trying to say this last time. I like Kanye's music before he became like super political.
Yeah.
And, like started saying a bunch of
You
stupid
kind of
shit.
calmed down already.
Yeah. Didn't he go like missing for like a fat minute?
he's like chilling now.
I was like, how the fuck do you go missing?
Estos Celos by Vicente Fernandez. Like it's been like a bunch of like emotional stuff.
Yeah, if it has emotion, like it's genuinely something like that means something to me. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a chance.
The last one was Something Stupid by Frank Sinatra.
Something stupid. Oh, that's actually a good ass song.
Yeah, Something Stupid.
I like Christmas in New York. I think it's called that.
Yeah.
trying to log into my Receiptify. Oh, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
I'll keep going at it while you're looking for it.
Okay, got it.
What else?
Let me log in.
Un Millón de Primaveras, again, another Vicente.
Okay.
Been very love oriented right now.
Do you want to do last month, last 6 months, or all time?
Currents. It's whatever's currents.
Last month, okay.
Yeah.
So it's Work by Rihanna. I've got
Alright.
I got a Never Ending Love for You by Bob Galarza. Tú y Solo Tú by La Mafia.
Yeah.
From the Start by Laffy. Out of Here by Canada Dealers.
It's a good song.
All That Glitters is gold. No, All That Glitters is not gold, but it's still damn beautiful. Suicide Boys. White Trash Millionaire. Mom Jeans. Boring by Canada Dealers. Scott Pilgrim versus My GPA. Mom Jeans. Show You My Pain. All Under Heaven by Glare.
Yeah.
Let me look at my all-time. I bet it looks crazier.
I'm just looking at the on repeat for Spotify because it's like the current stuff.
I know that for a while Principium was in my fucking...
Yeah, they were on it too.
My top artists are Coheed and Cambria, number 1. Second is Pink Floyd. Black Sabbath is my 3rd. Ozzy Osbourne is my 4th. Steely Dan's my 5th. The Beatles are my 6th. Slipknot's my 7th. 8th is Masayoshi Takanaka. 9th,
How did you get? You got what app is that or what? What is it?
Receiptify. You just look it up on your look it up on your browser.
Oh, okay.
Just put Receiptify. Number 9 is Dance Gavin Dance, and number 10 is Daft Punk.
Nice.
What about my last 6 months? Logic was my number 10th. Canada Dealers was number 8. Masayoshi was number
You can
2.
top artist right?
Yeah, I'm looking at top tracks now. I'm gonna look at the last 6 months. The Dude Love thing. Dude, I fucking love Mick Foley.
Wait, you said all time right?
This is the last 6 months.
Okay, that's the one. Okay.
Looking Out for You by Joy Again. Let's Dance in the Dirt, Macabre Plaza. When Skeletons Live, Coheed and Cambria. Doomsday by MF Doom. Oh my god. Assumptions by Sam Gleitry. Luxury by Azealia Banks. From the Start, Laffy. Stop Worry by Mike and Sister Nancy. And then Godsend Conspirator by Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I've been listening to.
For my top artists of the last 6 months, it's Archer. Yeah. The Cure, Riley, Mind's Eye, Shirley Temple, Aerosmith, The Hades. They're a band from California. Sycamore, Ghost, and Michael Jackson.
Damn.
It's very weird list, but yeah.
Your artists?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's a good mix for top tracks. I never thought about that. Let's see, it's all downhill from here. That's always like the top one. I don't know. I like it. It just relates.
That's a good ass song.
Monday from Sycamore. It's a very dirtbag song type thing, but I like it. Boys Don't Cry. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with that one. And I mean, it makes sense because it's really about like how guys can't be like you're taught to not show emotions.
Yeah.
The other one was Love Song, another Cure song.
Don't.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Love Song.
This One Time at Band Camp, Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ghost Girl by Shirley Temple.
Well, that's some good taste, dude.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
very like different. It's very like it's because like when it comes to the scene, like it's very like very heavy oriented, but like
I can't like listen to one thing all day. Like
Yeah.
I can't just pick an artist and listen to them all day. I have to listen to a bunch of different shit.
the only one I can do that with is Aerosmith because I like genuinely love their music.
Really?
They're the only ones I can. Oh, them and Michael Jackson, only ones, because Michael Jackson has done like different genres. So like one moment he's doing like rock, the other moment he's doing R&B, pop. Like he's done like so much stuff. So like I can listen to like his entire discography and there's not a single bad Michael Jackson song.
Yeah, I can admit that.
There's like an average song maybe, but like most of the songs like they're all good. It's like
Yeah.
yeah,
I haven't heard a bad song from him.
yeah.
But yeah, I can agree with that. Like,
Yeah, but most of the times I agree with you where it's I kind of into too much of one thing.
because if I do, I start to get tired of them, and then the next day, I'll try and listen to them. I'll be like, no,
Yeah, it's fatigue.
I can't do that. But like, a band I would recommend is Coheed and Cambria. Not a lot of people know about them, but they're fucking good.
Yeah.
They're like up here for me.
Would you consider like are you taking that into consideration with your music where you're not just gonna do one type of genre or you do like different genres for different songs?
I'm doing different genres. Like, there's gonna be songs. There's already been songs where like it sounds jazz. Like, cause I love jazz. Like deep down in my heart. Like, I want to add trumpet to my music. Cause
Should.
I play trumpet.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. And like, I'd love to add that to my music. Just I love the sound of jazz trumpet and like flute too. I want to learn how to learn flute. I love flute.
Badass.
Like I want to make shit like there's some songs where it sounds heavy. Like we have heavy songs, and then we also have songs that are like punk, songs that are like more emo than others. Some that are more jazzy. Just kind of like some you can dance to, some you can mosh to. Like some for everyone.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone to feel left out.
That's the one thing I like about your music in specific, because I've seen that you perform once in a while, like at the Shack and then also at the Wars. Even though like it's like different like influences, like no matter what song you're listening to from like Jalen, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what you want to name your band yet, but they all have a fun factor to it. No matter what you're listening to, like you want to dance. No matter what genre, like it got influenced by, like it's always fun music. And
Yeah.
I really enjoy that, because sometimes like some music, for me, it's too serious.
Like some people plan it out too much.
Yeah.
And it's like that element of enjoying, like I like to practice it, don't get me wrong. And I like to have it down, but not too much to where like I still want to be able to like add shit down. Like I don't want
you
to
want to be
just
spontaneous.
like just unpredictable, essentially. That fucking bugs me annoying as hell.
Yeah. But
But-
like, yeah, like if I were to describe your music, it's just fun.
Hell yeah. That's kind of what I was going for. Like I want people to feel like in the crowd, like, dang, this is awesome. Like I want to come back. I want them to feel like the scene is such a cool place to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And like another band that kind of, I guess, like the way you feel about my music
Yeah.
is the way I feel about theirs is like Principium.
Yeah.
And another one is like Ainoha.
Oh, yeah,
But-
they were really good. Yeah.
But every band in the scene has given me like a reason to like them.
Mhm.
Like fucking just everything about like SKA and Inconvenient. Like they taught me like how to mosh, like really
yeah,
mosh.
like actually mosh, yeah.
Yeah. And then like fucking there's a band I really want to come back to the Valley. They were the first band that got, me into music
Mhm.
and into like everything all together. They're called Almost Famous Friends.
Oh, yeah, I heard of them. Yeah,
I
yeah.
love them so much. Like, if you're watching this, you're some real homies. I love
Same
you.
for me, it was a band called 10 Foot Overhead. They're from Brownsville. They had like this very like beachy, like fun vibes. It's really chill. And, like, I wish I could like saw, like I saw them once at the Dankfest. Like, was it last year? I think it was last year. But like they all gone to like Houston, so like they're gone. And like even back then, like they wouldn't perform as much because I don't know why. Like I really missed them. Like I wish they could have came back, but it is what it is.
Me and you are going to watch them someday.
Yeah, someday I'm gonna force them.
Dude, like there's certain bands I really look up to. Like I genuinely think like, dang, like they make me want to do music again. Like
Mhm.
or they make me want to do music more. And they make me like, Principium's one of them. Like
Yeah.
I love Principium so much. They're such cool dudes. And like fucking the culture.
Yeah.
I love the culture. Like just everyone from that band is so cool. They're
Mhm.
so nice to me, and it's like you're so nice, dude.
Yeah,
Bro.
I flat out told Luis and the others like there was only like a couple of songs I really enjoyed from them, which was 3 a.m. and Memories.
And Waves.
And when that's the thing, they was released up to. They have had other songs, and I didn't really vibe with them. But then when they dropped Waves, I told them Waves is exactly what I want from the culture, because like it combines like the feelings from Memories and 3 a.m. Like it's just very like I don't know how to describe their music. Like it's very like, or Waves just in general. Like it's very like a memory or like floaty. I don't know. It's
Like it kind of gives you like a nostalgic feeling,
yeah.
and you kind of
And
just
I
feel at
really
home.
enjoy that. Like to me, like Waves is like peak of what the culture sound should be. And like they should really hit that route with their upcoming music.
I'm going for more of a like the next thing I'm making, because I'm making some more songs.
Yeah.
I'm going for more of like a shock factor, not like in a bad way, but like
Mhm.
I want to add pauses and stuff like that to my music where like you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
I want my music to be kind of unpredictable, but in a good way. Like you're not expecting it to hit this hard, or expecting it to go here or there, or like this to be here, or like the lyrics to mean this or that. Like I would want my music to be very spontaneous.
Mhm.
And like a lot of people would like freak out when I told them like I want my music to be all over the place, but right now no one believes me, but my music's all over the place,
Yeah.
and it seems to be working out.
It is. Yeah, because you can tell people are having fun. Like when I was seeing you guys at the Wars, like the audience, like everybody was like dancing, having fun, and even like the bartender, like he'll be walking around, he's like, yeah, and then he'll go back to work.
That was so cool. Like just seeing them like chill.
Yeah.
But I think it's about time to call it a night, man.
Mm-hmm.
We even they're probably the viewers are like, dude.
That's the video they made up here.
They're like, if you made it this far, in the comments of this video, comment, I hate Jalen Moreno. No, I'm messing with you. Just comment chicken or something.
Yeah, chicken.
Comment chicken.
It's random enough. For me, like I guess before we close it off, like I think like I should. I want to like start writing songs for bands.
You should.
So like because there's certain bands like you're one of them, Persimpian's one of them. I'm not gonna announce other bands, but like there's like I need a creative outlet, and for me it's always been writing because I'm not a good performer. Well, I don't think I am. I haven't performed yet, but I would love to write songs for bands because there's certain emotions I've had, and I feel like they would fit in with like the vibe of these other bands. And so like I want to start doing that because like I need a creative outlet. I love the podcast, but like it's just talking.
Yeah,
it's not
you
really
need
like
something like
something creative.
yeah, like something like more on the musical side.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
for me, it's always been writing. That's always been my thing. So I think that's one thing I look forward to, and
Like writing lyrics.
writing lyrics, writing songs, and then pitching them to bands that
Like-
I think would make sense.
I'm better at like I'm not really good at writing lyrics. Like I kind of just write what comes to mind,
Yeah,
and that's how my lyrics are. Like literally, one of the lyrics in my songs is just because it's supposed to be like a horror type thing, like a horror movie type deal.
Mhm.
And the main part of the song is like run, 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 Anna.
Oh wow.
Like that's it. So it's like that part of the song is it's just that. Like it's just based off of this girl who's running away from like something. You don't know what, but she
Shit.
is. But
Yeah.
it was a pleasure. Thank you for having me, Joe. You're the realest
Same.
motherfucker.
I appreciate
ever.
having you again. It was fun
It was
to
very
actually
fun.
have a legit, just random conversation and see where it goes. I
was
guess
awesome.
you know what the last question is. The last question is, what was your favorite part of the podcast?
I think my favorite part of the podcast was just talking about like the scene, like wanting to just like let people know that I'm here for y'all. Like
Yeah.
I'm here. Like I may not seem as like upfront and everything, but I'm here for y'all. Like I may not talk about myself a lot. I may not be as open as a lot of people, but I promise you, if you talk to me, I'll talk to you and I'll help you with whatever you need. Like I love y'all.
Well, thank you guys for watching the episode, and I'll see you in the next one.